Bia member Promotional. Sa station we are na metie. Enti oso for fidie ne to a ne tie be wate. Data Kennedy Macram.
I went to for radio. Papa Smiley, I went to see my wamo. I went to for radio. I put to 77 put the man on you. I went to for radio. Papa Smiley, I went to see my wamo. And now he goes by the name Papa Smiley and got the vibes that will make you feel irate. Tune in and stay tuned to Bamaso. It's a party the king Smiley. Nana walk waso. Yo, on in Nanka Saturn and Web. Napam phone so reborn in Chidom. From Monday to Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Tune into Bamaso on a 24 radio. Yo, I went to 4 radio. I put to 77 put the man on you. I went to 4 radio. Papa Smiley, I went to see my wamo. I went to 4 radio. I put to 77 put the man on you. I went to 4 radio. Papa Smiley, I went to see my wamo. Yo, from here to foreign, you give us a reason to listen to radio. Papa Smiley, a nyabo.
Eye Pamaso. Eye Pamaso. And Penisa, yes, Sumanian Sophonia, Sumana Montaigne, and no confess a crumwa or Timubi. Could see a Papa Smiley in the bed of Fatrancy. Obey you, chum, my moon some, a man woman some, and in some polo. No mercy for the cripple. Papa, you chummy uncle.
Papa boy. Na 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 na, oh yeah. So pass some Daniel for two some more. I'm going to for radio. Tune in, Bamaso. So pass some Daniel for two some more. I'm going to for radio. Tune in, Bamaso. Jumedias required to read inside. Bamaso, hey yes super. I'm going. Jumedias required to know it is that Bamasui, yes, super, I'm Kawomoy, Achibabo Kao, Fire Chief Kao, Prince Bombardia Kao, and Jana Casa Papa Smiley, Achibabo Kao, Fire Chief Kao, Prince Bombardia Kao, and Jana Casa Papa Smiley, Bebo Yumpa, Bamaso. Bamaso, Obeka was empire, where food to buy. Bamaso, Obema, what dream body about Brapa. I'm going to for radio. Tune in, Obema, you buy. Obema, where the edge. Obeka was empire, Obey to for buy. Bamaso, yeah. Obema, you buy. Fire chief, Bamaso. Obemo wa dream party about rapper. I'm going to for radio. Tune in, Bamaso. Monday to Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Papa Smiley, one on call.
One more thing that the The 3rd of November 2020 is a Tuesday and approximately 15 minutes gone past 1500 hours. Here we are once again on that very unique, beautiful and exciting platform where discerning Ghanaians with discerning thoughts, what we do is we come around with a very beautiful and simple objective of figuring out what we have to be doing in our own small ways, medium ways, or you can say huge ways to make that very dream Ghana that we want a reality, as simple as that. Here we have come to the full understanding that we are part of the course that will lead us to that very beautiful Ghana that we want. So not just limiting ourselves to the complaints, we figure out what we can be doing in every capacity we find ourselves to make Ghana that very beautiful place that we want it to be. It is pretty obvious that many have settled for complaints, seeking the change to happen from our leaders, among other things. But I believe you may, if nothing changes from the electorate or the Ghanaians, the ones on the bottom, there isn't much that is going to change at the top, because we at the bottom put the very ones at the top there. So if we at the bottom put the very ones at the top there and nothing changes of ourselves, please relax and come to the full understanding that not much will change at the top. So here, knowing this, we just figure out what needs to change within ourselves to cause the top to change. As simple as that. Not just the top changing, but for us to have that very beautiful Ghana that we want. So if you are joining us for the first time out of curiosity, by recommendation or by accident, this is Aqua24 Radio. Maybe you are listening to us from Abrabopa Radio as well as Aqua24 Radio GH. You may be watching via Facebook Aqua24 Radio /TV or on YouTube Aqua24 TV. Here you are to work on yourself. Yes, you are the driver of the vehicle of change. You either select first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear, reverse. You are in charge. Which gear are you going to be selecting today? Yes, you are the driver. So we come to learn how to drive the change that we want. As simple as that. But for you to enjoy every bit of the action that goes on around here, it is imperative that you view yourself from your primary identity. When we talk of your primary identity, we simply mean the fact that you are a Ghanaian. Every other secondary identity, I'll remind you, is to promote the primary identity. And if the secondary identity is not doing the promotion of the primary identity, I bet you it is of no use. It should be used as a manual to help other identities pushing the growth of the primary to grow further and further and further on. As simple as that. So to this effect, I would humbly welcome you once again to Bamaso. And she has strong concurrency at the Mudo and come out. Maybe we are a video at Aqua24 Radio, Sam Pempensway. Jumedia, a B Chagu, Ewo, Abrabopa Radio, Anna Aqua24 Radio GH. Say, share Ewo Facebook and Sudia, next say Aqua24 Radio UK. Na YouTube and so. Hoye Aqua24 TV. Ebina Drew say ya. Nature say Papa Smiley. I bet na adwani one more time. Me ne my bedwafo aka nyina fire. Ene adofo aka nyina na yaba. Na yaba ya betoato adwene ahwe kwan a yebetimi afa na yemai Ghana afa ne ntoma pa efra. Ene we are carrying on the journey right here on Bamaso. Na yahwehwe enema e wose ye enema e wose ye pa na omai Ghana efa ne ntoma pefra. Asede me kan poto kasem no se oni bedi dwumadi ho a pomodia say ubehu from where or primary identity na yakasa or primary identity a and one say oh ya Ghana ni in the context of what we are discussing here. And so we are Ghana ni de naturally say said yeah patron a catcher here no say you have to hold your circumspection in the interest of Ghana. Simple. And message bebre na ode mami Theodosia ya oko de mami bo modia jama ye no fanumum edwura wo ho na ma wiase nyina hu ne se odongana ne pankuto ana wo pe ama sa o ma kronkron no enti sauti ani said the doctor Zazadin to all the way in Roehampton na natina eti ani dia ne kire se Papa Smiley one more time mejina a24 radio anamu ana medenchia kese di mu api di mu do metoma wo so mu na sade nanankatua apensu bi asi ne nchen na o me ato adwumadie no so ene no nyina yanto adwumadie no so kama aha you see there are so many ways, as they say, of killing a cat, right? Well, many people have chosen, as I keep saying, several approaches as to how they would be able to bring out the change that we want in our country. Hano, pretty simple. We want to facilitate or help change the Ghana in you to cause the bigger Ghana beyond you to also change. As simple as that. The tintini titiamu nyina ne say yeba ebeye ya ankase ye hu aduru papa. Even with the small community that we have around here, no, there is a lot of work to be done on ourselves, believe you me. And when we come here, we come to work on ourselves, even on our individual levels, so that we'll be able to reach out to the external. As simple as that. Na yana empempi, we don't seek or we don't seem to focus on working on our individual selves to cause the change to happen, but we just put all our energies, our focus on working on people external of us for them to change. Quite impossible. That is how many people have adopted the approach in which they want to use to figure out the change they want. So I had and be reminded, you have to work on the Ghana within you. You have to work on the Ghana within you. And one of the most important things that we have to understand, and I say we have to get a grip of, is we understanding ourselves as individuals. I see any pain, I will see it me at the yet you as an individual, you have to know how you operate as an individual, and then from there you have to learn how others operate so that the two can cooperate. Now you see, every now and then when we jump on the platform, it is not surprising say ebia adofo ba ko adofo mienu miensa freshen kitwe be ye ebeba. I mean, it is normal. So those things would happen. Na say adɔfoɔ no ɛto wɔn ho ase a, if they understand how they operate, it will help them to cooperate with each other as well. Na ya metaa ka ɛkyerɛ nkurɔfoɔ a metaa ahyia wɔ wɔn na yɛbɔ nkɔmmɔ, mekyerɛ wɔn sɛ, you see, ewiase ha yɛwɔ yi no, baabi a yɛbɛwowɔ anaasɛ the environment within which you are going to grow no plays a major role in determining or causing you to accept certain things as norm or otherwise. Nti sɛ yɛwo ɛwɔ environment bi anaasɛ yɛtetew ɛwɔ environment bi a, it causes you to accept anaasɛ ɛno na kyerɛ nneɛma a wohu no sɛ ɛyɛ normal anaasɛ nneɛma a wohu no sɛ ɛyɛ abnormal. Ɛyɛ quite simple. Menkɔ details sisi a bia until sɛ yɛtwɛn fire ba ɔno abɛbɔ yɛn nkɔmmɔ seriously on that. Yɛmfa ne sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛyɛ nsuo, right? Obiara ɛyɛ nsuo. Yɛn nyinaa sɛ ɛm sɛ yɛn nyinaa we come from the same source. Okay, nti yɛmfa ne sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛyɛ nsuo. Now, sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛyɛ nsuo yi, sɛ wo saa nsuo yi sɛ yɛde wo kɔhyɛ fridge mu a, wobɛyɛ nwununwunu meboa. Beautiful. Sɛ saa nsuo na yɛde kɔhyɛ freezer a, wobɛyɛ block, right? Saa nsuo na yɛde kɔsi gya so a, wobɛyɛ deɛ bɛyɛ, wobɛyɛ hyehyehye. Saa nsuo na yɛde kɔgu container bi emu fi a, ɛbɛyɛ deɛ bɛyɛ, ɛbɛyɛ nsu fi. Nsuo na yɛde kɔgu container bi a, ebi a petrol ewom kakra a, nsuo no bɛte sɛ bɔn deɛ bɛyɛ, bɔn petrol. Ne tenten ɛne ne tietia mu nyinaa ɛne sɛ baabi a yɛwɔ yɛn, baabi a yɛnyini yɛ, ɛno ɛkyerɛ nneɛma a yɛhu no sɛ ɛyɛ correct, ɛyɛ right. Ɛno ɛna yɛ build your life around. Na saa environment no, it could be your social environment, it could be your spiritual environment, it could be your physical environment, it could be your psychological environment, it could be your financial environment. In fact, maybe we will come and then we will put more flesh on this. But just to cite one simple example, no, for someone who is born or who is brought up among Muslims, no, right? In Kremufo, no, unyina ubehua ubenche no so be can say ubewu akwa virgins ni bi so what I say na sa virgins asem na mbusam say na de bia no ye mama omo foforo na because say we ba ku wi a onye virgin bi hu nti no ye ka say mo virgins na no na say kire say. Anyway, that is just by the way. Nti if also ye wo to Kristosumu a unyini no eno na abe defende anhwe kra na if you are born into particular religious bodies a e bit match that we say sa sorry we say one cause sa sorry we bia anya dia obe de be we call heaven. That is the spiritual environment within which you were brought up into. No, it will determine the things that you see as norm when it comes to what religion. What is your custom? Now, you see, in a social settings, you know, you have people who were brought up or who grew up in places where they see insults as normal. Normal. A container you didn't go more. Or yeah, they be what picking the shape of the container. Who say normal. And Crophobia or Honomoa, they see a huro pa womobe they see it as normal. That is the environment within which they were brought up. And he said, I made you a year and fat hono. So often say environment a yɛhuru nipa no ɛyɛ egya no a na kyerɛ sɛ ɔno yɛde no si gya so nti wada ne nsuohyeɛ saa ɛna ɛteɛ. Na question a ɛwɔ sɛ yɛ a yɛn nyinaa yɛtaa busi yɛn ho ɛne sɛ environment bɛn ana menyini wom a ama ɛno nti no I accept these things as the norm. Do I have a mind of my own? Is it possible that I can change this environment within which I grew up to figure out if there is a better way out there? Now, you see, Emra Isusa ni yenyini no. Mostly no the environment yenyini ewom and the environment that we grew up in no. They were given to us by our parents or our guardians. We had little or no say in where we grew up. And to the shape that we picked was pretty much given to us by our parents or our guardians. Now, when we get to the point where we become independent, we are able to make choices on our own. It is very necessary for us to take a second look and, if possible, change that environment. Yes, change that environment. Enkechi said yeah ice cubes yebetimi eye free freezer honom se yepen ntem a yebetimi de asi gya so ebenane kama ebenane ana say even nsuo hie mpo yebetimi de akɔhye fridge mu ebesasa aye nwunu. It is possible, say, if you make up your mind to change your environment, so you'll be able to change the things you see as normal. You can do it. Yes, you can do it. But hey, it takes discipline for you to be able to do that. And it is just something brief for all of us to meditate on, contemplate on. Now you say, we are simply the product of the environment within which we grow in. And whatever that you see as normal, it does not happen in vacuum. It is just a response of where you grew up. And it is just a response of where you grew up. And when someone is exhibiting certain things, you may want to change the environment, but you will say, wisdom is your ability to maneuver around the ignorant to bring them in the knowing. That is wisdom. And someone may have grown in an environment for you to be able to let that person know that there be any consequence. That's also the and that's what you know. For you to be able to do that without you condemning or you judging that person, it takes a lot of wisdom to be able to do that. We say. Now, first of all, what environment within which we grew up. And then these things as normal or otherwise. I've cited this example here several times. Say, baby, the omunima yen kremosomo your chances is say obabe Christo nino minimal. Baby and ye Christosum ashemu dia. Your chances of going otherwise very, very minimal. Now say them it takes a lot of effort, conviction, serious one, for you to be able to change an environment within which you have grown in. You take the shape of that environment, and when it comes to you taking that bold decision to change that environment, yeah, na tough, but you still have to do it when you would want to what? Learn something new. What say Bible na kraka? What say monso ahonhom nyina anya de be enhwe monso ni nyina anya de be enhwe enti wo ho no mo a na obusebusa ho some of these things eba ne say ana me hu niam say eba ne say na mete niam say. Is there a possibility of me stepping else beyond this environment and then figure out some new things? Now, you see, with some of these things, they are so practical. Now, so a very clear example. And I say I'm name Uluma Bonko Mopa, right? Now, and then it's been going on for a very long time now. The level of reasoning, the way I see things, the way I analyze things, among other things, quite surprising to him. All that I told him, and he said, "Yes, you change of environment now." And it's quite I would say unfortunate, as to say, the environment within which I grew up in, I changed that environment, and it causes me to change the shape of who I am. It changes me as well, so I pick the product of the new environment that I find myself in. Now, said I make actually say, it takes a decisive decision for you to change that environment. You have and you are no be bra o ma ba kwantuom said you won so wa kwantuom nanso because they are not allowing baby a no to run through them, they are unable to pick the attributes of the new environment within which they find themselves. And it takes a lot of effort for you to be able to do that. If you want to change your product, change your environment. But first of all, environment bay ana minyini wom. Environment bay ana I associated myself with, that is causing me to see these things as norm or otherwise. Why? November is a very, very beautiful month. A very, very beautiful month. Every November begins with my birthday, and it goes on to Princess Ajagba's birthday, and it goes on to Gifty Abase's birthday on the 3rd. October 30th, yes, if memory serves me right. Na Ejakwesi Boache birthday, and it says Scorpio for no, papa. Say if I nisu kakra, yebema Ejakwesi Boache, happy birthday. And I'm very certain, say Ejakwesi Boache had a very, very reflective birthday. Na you see, Ejakwesi Boache, one fella, he's been very, very supportive of whatever our Country 4 radio does. Very, 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 very supportive, and we appreciate him so much. That is what we should be doing for ourselves. And we are very certain you had a very wonderful day, and life is certainly promoting you for you to have more resources for you to be able to promote life as well. And if free October and you be seen November and Mudia next say a very, very beautiful month for any animal mudi, including myself. Now you said ye tibia said ye Dana Hamilton wherever that we've got into and from me or no one home that's all. So you say Anna homia ja home ne had ye. Okay, ja home 5 minutes. If you think you are the one breathing the air, ja home 5 minutes near here what it on a bone said and you want our home from an mum na yede and a home war the tibiano said you will feel the warmth within yourself no that is a sign say the fires are still around helping you to live say odon saka funu da hona be hunu say if na nyache say asema ya de be asemo aba say unam na utimi ko wanim ba wanim you have not moved in air you have not scattered in space let's say the law of gravity in fact the earth is holding you right here right now so that's it as wo boy empa enu amu ni edidie onu amu ni edidie ye nyina asase ni mu an ye nyina edidie enti onyansafo ba ko wo se obia nyi obia tamfo da bi obia ni tamfo san se onyade a no tamfo bedidi from the same bowl and we all eat from the same bowl which is mother earth enti asase no boy homodin papa sans na nsuo ye nsuo ya semu nsuo wa need to enti these things make life very very possible for us obi hu nyame da nanso ye be catch them say if these things are forever keeping you around here you can refer to them as your God. Are you okay pa enti eno ani adom no the grace eno anu ni grace no pepe enti ene da na Hamilton ebe ya adwene na the fresh one out there ba or see grace yakotie ye ba enkomo no say me see ende still on the countdown 33 days more to election and never be bri akoso ewo omega na mu ene man de panyimfo sisa ade che na yanti asem foforo a yempe e wo se yeti asem foforo na yetie no eboaye ema we are able to exercise our creativity, our intelligence and our love, right? I tell you, if there were no problems in this world, for us to be able to use these very wonderful attributes we have to solve and we have to be boring Americans for Americans and we have to be boring and see these problems that we face every now and then, it is an opportunity for us to be able to exercise these very wonderful virtues that we have. And asem ade de bia yebeti bi asem beba na say dem kan no, the problem is not a problem, but as to how we deal with the problem, that is the problem. Enti enyumra yeba bamaso certainly continues.
A well, so the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, adum, wadum. I've been through a lot, but grace sustained me. My test is now a testimony. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Ajum, ajum, wajum. It was you, my lawyer in that courtroom.
We are radio.
It was you, my soldier on that battlefield. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Ajum, ajum, wajum. Lord, the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, adum, wadum. Hey, adumo. is you and just your grace. You have changed my story. Protocol breaker, you made a way. You turned my mourning into dancing. It is you and just your grace. Could not have made it without you. Could not have sailed through without you. Your loving kindness, grace, and mercy brought me through. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Could not have made it without you. Hey, could not have sailed through without you. Papa, your loving kindness and grace and mercies brought me through. So the essence of my praise is all centered on your grace. Of my praises centered on your grace. You have been my doctor on that sick bed. By your stripes I am healed, I am free. So the essence of my praise don't look like what I have been through. Turn my pit into a well. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Adum, Wadum. I've been through a lot, but grace sustained me. My test is now a testimony. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Adum, Wadum. It was you, my lawyer in that courtroom. It was you, my soldier on that battlefield. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Adum, Wadum. Hey, Adumo, Nyame, Adumo, Adum, Adum intina metiasi, Eya Wadum tina mewo. Lord, the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Adum, Wadum. Hey, Adumo, Nyame, Adumo, Wadum. Eya Adum intina metiasi, Eya Wadum tina mewo. Lord, the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Adum, Wadum. Who has changed my story? Who has given me a song? Turned my mourning into dancing. It is you and just your grace. You have changed my story. Protocol breaker, you made a way. You turned my mourning into dancing. It is you and just your grace. Could not have made it without you. Hey. Could not have sailed through without you. Your loving kindness, grace, and mercy brought me through. So the essence of my praise is centered on your grace. Adum, Adum, Adum. Could not have made it without you. Hey, could not have sailed through
We are
without
radio.
you.
And this is our 24 radio.
Papa, your loving kindness and grace grace brought me through. So the essence of my praise is all centered on your grace. Of my praises centered on your grace. You have been my doctor on that sick bed. By your stripes I am healed, I am free. So the essence of my praise, it's because of your grace.
Radio. And this is Aquento4 Radio.
Omano say ebe you sing you or mindful ye bra enwa elebetre me sure say eno de ya bonchiremu every now and then we keep reminding ourselves you say baby a oto hia otomfo na ho eno wo ye de be wota boho enti sasem we de ya bomu nchiremu several times, and that is the hallmark of Jumedie, just to work out the Ghana in you so that we'll be able to have the bigger Ghana that we want. As simple as that. So man be you senior you or mindful ebra and a. That was Diana Hamilton. Or say Adam. A very beautiful song. Every now and then no Saketesiano said yeah, we grow in our consciousness and we grow in our awareness. And see every now and then no nenyum fufuru bia baby no timi say or the bibi fufuru there by aka ho or the bibi fufuru aka ho, but there is still room for improvement. Or can simply was say yeah, o man tampinum by your stripes we are healed. And yeah, minim say Dr. Jingo literal meaning of that yeah. So on time pinum na yanya yare say Christopher ni kwansen kamo yare ana doc nya bra no boy nchiremu kakra, but I admire Dana Hamilton. She adds up to her lyrical content every now and then. Now, speaking of lyrical content, I also admire one smart young man. That forms how, and when you are able to grab some opportunity and then you use it, and then you get people to willingly share things about you. Yana ahumka wumpa. Just what breaky bank. And I know ya na branchi de nyumba akwaba. Enyum no wakasasa no so mini bi atwam dum so ba ye wokan ye inflation is crans wo ye de be wokan ye enei baby a edri wada kania mu ne ba se ne ba be ku school free e dia ene na che se so obo aba na ba so wie wo sa nana and yet to us way as what can't say no I say common tie synchrofo so 4 more for Nana, 4 more for Nana. Come see. Everybody they share. Angelo Crash be abrem. Menyabi. Already number who Facebook there. People were sharing it on Facebook and so many places. Oh, Sasem na branch and kind of me sure say. I hope say yeah. And I cry man kakra. So me nana grabaji kakra show said yeah. Hopefully no, hopefully be your man kakra. Man be cry na the sharing and the views that he will be getting from this song, no, it will be more than enough for him. It will be more. Oh yes, smarty, if he's gotten you to share, oh, next say when you're papa, young Coswa Mobony and share mano, at least, it's a season. It's a season for every one of us to make good use of the season. And see, so when you be next when you announce why I never so wash it no wash it come and another when it ya into Yaba with another live edition of Bamaso where what we simply coming to do to figure out one thing the was here to make Ghana that very beautiful place and ansane yabaku enimu kra no menim se yenu anamo ewo America ene e final day mo hwe se mo be retain Uncle Donald Trump ana se mo be ka se uncle why you be the oh yeah no as per our electoral college, you know, you see. And that's also one thing about America. Electoral college, you know, and one idea, as per the electoral college results, you know, I will say, oh, sorry, now, Ura, Biden, bay. And so, Eba, and then, meaning say, what I want to abano, one year poster at the Nibia, and then finally, I was already bay, Obamodiana, or Tuaba. I was just having a look at the exit polls. And pretty looks in favor of Joe Biden. Joe Biden is having about 52% or so as against. Let me see if possibly it is changed otherwise. But me share exit polls, you know, naturally say, well, say Uncle Joe. Ewo nanim kakra, right? Ewo nanim. Okay, yes, I'm mentioning the year. I see. What's it say? Exit polls, no. The exact. Okay, exact. No, okay. 52 as against 44. Joe, Democrat. Ewo 52 and Donald. Republican. No, ewo 44%. Over the weekend, you know, several stories that someone we see say it's not something that one would love to hear of America. Someone we many people have settled with the fact that they are the world leaders, among other things, you know. It is not something that we possibly wanted to read of America. Say na Joe and I'm going Womo call Texas. Rally back home campaign. So Texas, no. Say more or less, no. A red state. When they say it's a red state, I actually say Republicans. Ti woman am say ambush say you. Oh, in fact, woman to manco to us. Na ubusa who say, hey. Democracy no ebinu no ana these are some of the things na otise koso ewa America one way or the other, and it makes you think say America dey bia mum friends say Donald Trump. Yes, America for the can say Donald Trump, the president of that nation, catch Africa, say the whole of Africa shit hole, no. And Sanyama we say debe koso ewo hosano enti ase a wo say a unya ene say baby nipa wo biya no. If we are not conscious, we are not careful, some of these things will certainly be happening. And it doesn't make them any special. It does not make them any special. Na enchichimwa anopai anaywie enyumre wherever that you may find yourself. Me boma awo no actually say you see things can change anytime. And the thinking that some past Americans had, it can alter a bit. Me as the mindset na earlier Americans ne no ebia enye no na ewo ho sisi a until the fact say American and say some of those nasty things cannot happen. They can certainly happen. Tinyane santi ase no why nyane santi ase ne kama by midnight ewa ha say hopefully no we would have gotten a clear picture as to who is going to win today's elections in United States of America. Medical videos to be for I was wondering America penny militia for attribute well apparently crowns no how much they say sales for guns I there akoso nansin papa man for tutu a man for ko tutu atutu ato hopa minim say yeto abani wi a ombeko hunting there I just don't know but a man for omuche say a man for atutu pa so me catch out the other time say in a country that allows its citizens to own guns at their individual levels, no, it is a huge indication that there is a security lapse. Okay, be it economic cause of that security lapse or what have you, know, the bottom line is there is a security lapse. In the amount for to pa na there's been short videos on a militia omo aboabo omo hopa say yeto abani wi e declare results no na there was what you tum so anya ntum say I just don't know so am betie sikuromu pa nyasem ketwa ene ensori bi wo honom kra na they allow members to come into church with with guns. America one as anyema we nyina easy. Wow, it's all a learning curve, right? Maybe Omubiano is part of the learning curve, and we just wish them well in their elections today. And after, we wish them very well. Sebibia anya debe, enko kama. Said the Etibiano, it's a very huge nation with a huge GDP. They say when America coughs, the whole world catches cold, and whatever happens to them, no, it has a huge impact on the rest of the world. And we can certainly wish them nothing but the very best in these elections. And America way, some very wonderful people that I follow on social media, no, who so many na akotwaba no, de abeto no, say yatwaba. We want to be very, very peaceful, and then whoever almost system no electoral college no ever say we win no we hope the very person will accept and carry on beautifully. Come na fe yenko o my Ghana mu na yenko o my Ghana mu yenko for this very short commercial break. Yeba, I'll tell you something about chirabosom gum ehon ye sha say free ka bibi kitu abi about him why say yana kwaku beduado what can say same way or say animals are trapped by their horns and human beings we are trapped by our words. Kwaku ka say asem no pa asem a emu o hye pa na onyansafo nso ba ko ka na asem wo say onyansafo ana say wo sidanya na wabomodin ape exit window enti sa asem bisi a wa ide be wetima bie aide be afa ho adwane na talking about exit windows no me dwene ho saa na say ne Ghana fo a wo mu sisi dan a wo mu de ye nnade akese blanket wo mu mpoma achi wo mu do achi na asefo say asem sisi a hemfa no wo befa eno no kire so wo nyansafo ana say yen take this very short commercial break. When we come back, Bamaso will certainly continue.
Heba Danny beat
Edie dwabo na wowobo say ye dintuo obi awoda eyie ana sempo ekuo bi pnoto Akwentufo Media Services won krofo a ebonwoma fatama ne awobo ye biara wo bedwam kasafo a aprofo frene se MC a wonano so atie ena wosan so wo enuane noafo a wono enuane ahodo pia ehotie ena video ena infoni twafo a wo ba betwa mfoni papa bi efe a wo de beka kai won hihye ena da wo hwehwe Akwentufo Media Services a one number ye 07951832691 and also se from 079041-43168 wasanso wo internet so a one website address here www.akwentufomediaservices.com. Akwentufo Media Services ye wo homa woda
girl, you the hustle be like say you know they get chance. Area better now different umbrella.
Work. It's me heavy work. Hey, Nancy, umema sama sorry. Usipa suwa sata ya sheni kubu. So ujina suwe.
Nasa uzowoji.
Matinka na abete. Give us power capsules sada romanti. Matinka na etiko ya nasinya beja.
Oh, give us power capsules. Usisi na yao ya. White, mono, syphilis, dementia. Samina nauni. Sa wumi minibia. Ubewa jume free. Nonsia kopi nonsia. No sperm count. Unine tukanta amoba pai. Kani iname jonsa mebresa. Enam give us power capsules inti. Sise me maswa na besineko. Koko didi mini pedemu afifiri mi bebia. Amamai na jima boso. Debia nam yamatim. Nenam give us cold capsules inti. Manyami fa hudye. Ema muko afichira munyam wacheye. Ana wanita aya ohine. Pompo na abobo. Give us cold capsules ye blood purifier. Sunkwa abedwaso. Give us cold capsules nyama oba woma mofo anaso ofefro. Ana kwala woni mfie dumienu. Give us cold capsules. Give us power capsules. And I'm give us scientific herbal clinic for also na buy. And now
www.akwentufomediaservices.com and www.akwentufomradio.com and Fre Ahumatrufoi 00447951832691.
give us Rube Jinasoma.
Work. It's me.
Ephemerian Mission, the Church for Spiritual Empowerment, welcomes you into the hour of awakening and empowerment with Brother Dr. Ishmael Tete. Be open and discover the radical truths that will set you free this and every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Ghanaian time or 19 hours GMT. Awaken the spiritual giant in you and gain the ability to handle your life and succeed in your life goals. Join the interactive hour of awakening and empowerment with Brother Dr. Ishmael Tete for spiritual lessons to unleash your innate potentials. You will have the opportunity to ask questions which will help you grow spiritually. Remember, this program comes up every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Ghanaian time or 19 hours GMT right here on Akwentufo Radio. Make a date with us. The Intraman Association UK Etun sa Fred in Tradishia e wo UK ha nyina se mo meka yen ho na yen fa nkabom ene kroye ento to adwene emfa mmoa ye mindintra yeshia bosumi biara ne kwesi ada etosu mienu e wo Wickway Community Centre St George's Way London SE15 6PL e free no nsia kopem no wotwe mre no mu friend yen wo 079 041 43168. Bra,
na de nkraman mpuntuo ho hia pentemprem minisono adewu dentra kwaye kese a minisono.
What event are you organizing? Is it a birthday party, christening, funeral, wedding, and many more? Fall on Akon24 Media Services for your DJ and music that will keep you on your feet. Master of ceremonies who will captivate your guests. Photos and videos that will hold your cherished memories, as well as catering services that will provide mouth-watering food. Turn to Akon24 Media Services. We make the most important part of your events come with less worry and excellent professionalism. For bookings, please contact 0795 183 2691 or 0790 414 3168. Alternatively, visit our website www.akon24mediaservices.com. Akon24 Media Services, there to serve.
Forget to gala you when you want to physical. Sometimes I get to be the forget to gala. Yo.
Sempre put the man on you. I went to for radio. Papa smiling, awareness in my wamo. I went to for radio. I put to sempre put the man on you. I went to for radio. Papa smiling, awareness in my wamo. And now it goes by the name Papa Smiling and got the vibes that will make you feel irate. Tune in and stay tuned to Bamaso. It's a party the king smiling. Nana Wokwaso. Yo, on in Nanka Saturn and Web. Napam phone so reporting Chidom from Monday to Friday, 3 to 7 p.m. Tune into Bamaso on Akon24 radio. Yo, Akon24 radio. A photo 77 put the man on you. Akon24 radio. Papa smiling, awareness in my wamo. Akon24 radio. A photo 77 put the man on you. Akon24 radio. Papa smiling, awareness in my wamo. Yo, from here to foreign, you give us a reason to listen to radio. Papa smiling, and nyebo.
Welcome back. I'll say, we give you a reason to listen to radio. It is very, very important. What is the reason that we give ourselves to listen to Akon24 radio? I know sometimes, and sometimes I cannot it is not palatable to you. It's not palatable to you in the sense to say, and Simbia. I'm saying you haven't seen them as the norm, as I was explaining earlier on. So the environment within which you grow, and eventually the things that you see as norm. And for things that you have seen as the norm over so many years, now you are hearing something different. Obviously, we all know sometimes it shakes our foundations, it shakes our fundamentals. Hono, and it can be likened to Asimbia. And maybe a tram kwaku send the brem, and say, kwaku one so ya no one so di ko do Bible no mama kakra. Baby was saying your agent say I came with a year with peace. May the sword pa and a year there by I think so almost used to na can't sasem. Well, I asked someone about what actually it meant. And you say what they say kind per se and a buy, but I don't say to say the America the things that you have seen or you have accepted as the norm or no. when anything should come contrary to the things you have accepted as the normal, I will wow, I will to me say, I did shaking me, I was me, hey, there be any, sapepe. Into yen 70 bo honmoa, you can't. I said, to me, wow, no drop kakra, and let's say, be bo honmoa, you have to what deal with pepe, and he said, yeah, awareness air cannon will give you a reason to listen to radio. A Japan or Dupont hits Africa radio was say, yay, say, what ye can call bears, Sumi Munun Temni, say, me ha mania, and Dupont, a shall say, Oti Casafidi, or say, what ye fire, pa. Na so near feet, why a smart man, pa. Na no our friend me no bomb analysis pa as to what he has been able to assessment kakra why efa enuanimo a ebe kire o madwene ewo kasafidie so na so amazing so amazing enti se oba kasafidie no so na se wo kasa nya wadwene se wo bi antio people are listening to you. They may have their own conclusions. They may have their own assessments about you. One of such individuals who shared with me what he's been able to come up with after listening to Fire, any Abe, Big Man Achibobo, any animal can, it was so amazing. Hey, what's a Fire? He causes you to think. Fire cause. Hey. He obe can't be na fe no I never saw it there was I dreaming beyond say let me do some reconsideration as to what I have previously accepted as the norm. These are some of the reasons as to why we give you the reasons as to why we cause you to listen to the radio. In pain and someone over the Pharaoh within you comes into full force. It's and say when you have accepted certain things as your norm, let's say before the ego say, hey, then I episode catch me, so I say you want to throw your weight around a little bit. Come on. But it's and say you are the truth in expression. But the moment no krene wo mu no ada. But we all want to live that truth. Yet, sa no krena ye nyina wo see live no. Oh, never can sa no krena ho asem amre sem. We all would want to lead or live that truth at any particular point in time. You can postpone living that truth today, but I bet you will have to come back to it tomorrow. And anything that will cause you to turn on into living that truth, maybe you may not initially accept, but gradually, no, you are edging yourself in. Kakra, edding, ba. Obviously, we traveled. I say, pyramid, right? The base so huge. But as it goes up, the very ones who are disciplined are willing to stay in the journey. They stayed. Some people have fallen apart. Send Angelo, you may say, I check. Or to Kwanko Ghana, and so Angelo, one year you could see any you could see a bird, you man, Sapa Pepe. Oh, I had a champo, talk of another fella. One also, Yenua and a dear bay. And a shade you may say, or why a champon was son near me or no why a champ or ne Angelo or Marco Tanagana, and so still I know you know a man a dear bay, yet to acquaint you so come. Hey, there are many out there. Some people may not come on the front, come in the front for you to hear them again. But hey, means true. Take the honor no more yet, no muti, Nina. We are giving 2 years for something, so to meet you, Krana, more than enough. More than enough. Yo, yɛnto akwantuo no so yɛnto akwantuo no so na yɛnhwɛ the sword we're going to be giving ourselves for us to be able to awaken to what is lying idle within us. Now me catch you say yaba gum so ni no meboa the gum asen bia okan 2016 e be hwe so ya e de be ya bo ho komo kakra. Me say after 2016 elections no gum a interview be you see, when we are approaching elections, so many things happen. Na King David Ebusa say, "Want to say kotoa ba na accident bibiri AC ewo ye ma Ghana, any accident nko na AC ewo o ma Ghana mu. See kotoa ba because we see it as a competition among ourselves, no. Many people would not want to play progressively in the competition, so they will do everything possible just to bring any possible thing that will cause you to be shorter for them to be able to stand a little bit tall, although they may still be short. Enti amanfo ekoyi nsempie ene enema bia waka emre bia atwam emre bia atwam ensem bia waka to ho owo kwa kofa aba we say hey who can some we say in Pimp, we try to defend the things that we've said in the past instead of one way or the other. We are accepting the fact that the circumstances under which I said this, assessor, okwasia said the German Sabekano, okwasia na nsana adwene enti masesa madwene enyam from so nemo osofu kira abosum die yi wode bibi bata ho ye afia aye no so asem yentimra ate menim se owa na champo wo fili kira abosum pa wo fili no na se utie ensem wa na osofu kira abosum eka na je say more or less no wa endorse abanye was for more than 40 years to come. And so after the about say you about say ana osofu cha abosomo no akoti gum now ye dey be after the was one so be president edi yenti echi of cha aboso yenti no ati yenti ne kitu ebimra wa yenti no mra ye ba ya to
eyin so baba ba umia baba 8 years
yes akufa de dey on fishan what
obako ba umia ba 8 years ba umia ba wi a alanchemate ba beto so alanchemate beto so
ba umia be di alan anim okay
alanchemate ba beto so alanchemate beto so ansan obi aba Ghana 40 years for MPP omo beto so obi entumi to on da party bi entumi sorry party akari gina obugu no no obi abesem no obi amfa ni nyansa ni ndie moa na yentimi pega Ghana
also vuchi abusum ana mutinika seti bi
eyin so baba ba umia baba 8 years
yes akufa de dey on fishan what
obako ba umia ba 8 years ba umia ba wi a alanchemate ba beto so alanchemate beto so
ba umia be di alan anim okay
alanchemate ba beto so alanchemate beto so ansan obi aba Ghana 40 years for MPP omo beto so obi entumi to on da party bi entumi sorry party akari gina obugu no no bi abesem no bi amfa ni nyansa ni ndie moa na yentimi pega Ghana
enti sofo kira abosum na mote se wo chire musa ohonom no se party ni nyina yenguno na omo amaka nyina emfo omo homedom de be MPP ni mu o man kama na said ye kwaku eka no or say human beings we are trapped by our words just like animals are trapped by their horns. Asemwa so fuchira abosom eka ye enei ebi amre na o kan no amanfo anhyeda antikino send ye na bia faso bia ne so sa time no because sa amre na abana bam foforo enti eja enhyeda antikino to bia sa enei osofu kira musom wono aba so opeso ye debe odi akunya no ana amanfo akoyi video we ya debe apie se oti ya o se ɛyɛ yɛ man panin a wɔso sisi yi ɔno a wɔbɛkɔ ɛyɛ mfinhyia nwɔtwe no ɔbɛkɔ no cool na ɔkɔ 8 ni wia no wura Bawumia nso ayɛ deɛ bɛ aba ɔno nso bɛkɔ sɛ ɔno nso bɛkɔ 8 na saa 16 meboa ɔsɛ Bawumia wie pɛ na alankyerɛmaten ɛba deɛ ka ho no wɔfa nso so na mmom ɔkyerɛ sɛ for 40 years obia ntimi ntu aban wei ɛnyɛ deɛ bɛ MPP aban ngu na ɛnɛ ɛdeɛ ne yɛhu ora gum ɛyɛ Reverend Christian Andrews ɔno a akɔte party ne din de Ghana Union Movement gum wɔn ga ɛyɛ bi wɔ afin bi a wɔn die no afi na ɔno akɔte wɔso ɔpɛ sɛ odi president wɔn na number 3 ana gum wɔn na number 3 ɛwɔ ballot paper no so amanfoɔ edi video pie yi wasa kan bibi wɔ say I prophesy victory for you but your wickedness has angered God. Hi, asemo fire ba. Was say I prophesied victory for you, but your wickedness has angered God. Hey, nangopo. Ohuna mani papa. Ohuna mani. Yama fire kwaba. And the fire.
And the papa.
And the fire.
And the papa.
And the fire, chief.
And the papa's my way.
Open up the gates.
Good. And
me too good to pa. Na nyame ehuna mane. Nyame wahuna mane pa.
Nyame emudian.
Enye de gum e ka ne ho asem yi. Ana gum se ne bu afu yi.
Eza o ma do so nti na akomi nchirem.
Gum se o professor victory. Na emom ye man pani e wickedness nti no Nyankopon bu afu. Nti na je se ono na wo so oba na obaye de be. Obese sanema edima he. Fire. Chia onu ya no. Na boy nkomo kakra. Wati?
Na we mbo njao. Njao. Anka about 140 years. And but politically no 60 years. Say Africa liberate to omo. Kwame Nkrumah and all the big boys they have insight to the affairs of the world no. Omo aka a big prophecy. No boy guarantee that. Na anke bedu ba bi na fe de so bi ka se Nyankopon a na be se Nyankopon ben se de mabisa wo no na si be bi no fa ya ko ba won so sa na we na da say na niema take quick form amango fuka kra bi se o ma adwum da ho papa nyame wo Ghana there's no God in Ghana Nyankopon ben come can buy anti-prophet for them. Convict cannot cross our boundary. No, punya sama can put there. 400 unko. Anka come back of Africa. But because they were making noise, none of the government officials will be affected. Anko president name. Ministers. Ebidum potwa ananamo on sedo. Nyankopon be. And now obawunso omasho gloves. Those who prophesize, omasho gloves, omumpo de omasho condom come because they fear. Omasho gloves, omasho mask, omasho condom. Nanga mumpo nanga bosu mo call heaven. Nanga mu wa na ide. Anya what ani jo.
E ho na virgins ne wo.
I'm going to prepare a place for you. In my father's house are many mansions. If we are not so, I have told you. I didn't say a boat and a young man at the copper baby mama. God is the deposit. Our 3 places: South Africa, Ghana, the Congo, Ghana for my now, I'm a Chinese over to the Nabed and when you have an amount. Eh? Much now, I'm a Chinese phone, but to what could be. Ah, I'm a says, yeah, Senior Jesus Christ. When you're enough gold, I'm fine prepared, baby, no, I'm from my Duncan Williams. Because he has a promise. I'm possible as a Mahama. Wakasa, but my baby, now gold. Only my baby, near silver, baby, near bronze, baby, gold. Now, Chinese bonds, this as a buyer, more population, less than 1 billion. My war about 5 billion, or bed no, you're now, mansion. Bob Mary. I'm at this year, young man, where the top as all, where to say, Yura, Mahama, or promise every to be for free. Well, Bob Mary, young one bag. And a prophesize Emma Obi and one election. Ah, Maza, there's another thought. 20% who just asked him with these guys, a time will come, they will run away. Bueno, like I said, ya channel. Near my bono. Time count here.
Oh, my mom will say.
Ah, nothing grass in it. Or good, say, I'm a or good animals.
I said, so, was I changing or such a saying, I'm a wolf.
Now, it is that, oh, that, about phono, or one who use science, opinion pool, and now here, call, yeah, Virginia, now, Trump LED. Obako baby, no, now, a bad LED. On the Amazon, I said, Nana, the Amade, Yakopon. Yakopon, because I don't win it, and the same Yakopon. I didn't hear or say. Baba's married. And I says, I'm not for the sign. Opinion book. Or do almost all Trump lady. But do have now a bad lady almost the answer bassa. Ain't it? When I can see a chill more. Opinion way that tell those liars guys now that have manipulated the people for so long. Yeah, don't go. Now my post for no more about almost Jerusalem. I want go more. They will learn sense. Through Hebrew chapter 1. My Bible zoom. I'm in family, but my Bible zoom.
Hebrews me boy.
Man chapter 1.
Yanko Hebrews. You. Any Hebrews me assure say that who New Testament wa. Hebrews chapter 1. Fire. And the fire. Oh. Yeah, Hebrews 1 say.
From 1 to 3.
Okay, Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1 to 3. God, who at sundry times and in all diverse manners spake in times past unto the fathers by the prophets, hath in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, who he has appointed heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds, who being the brightness of his glory and the express image of his person, and upholding all things by the word of his power, when he had by himself purged our sins, sat down on the right hand of the majesty on high, being made so much better than the angels, as he had by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they. Mintuaso.
Papa, what kind of
Okay, all right. And I'm fancy.
What are you reading? Or see in time past. God spoke to the prophet. And today, I was saying, and a science, and you accept facts. One and you say, oh, says yeah, many America, but met me my prediction, I think principal body. Says yeah, I'm not gonna say. What's my dick can go by winning? Because the answer that the culture said, Zana, say to about those who have an insight into our election. I'm bet me I say I have 4 things. Tell me about okay. Greater Accra. I in crime. Central, Western, and majority in parliament. 4 things. And I say, and someone, Opa winning the whole Ashanti region, 100%. Opa winning the whole medicine winning 40 region, 100%. If they don't get these 4 things, or more we are election in. On the same note, Americans, Sanet here. There are some places as I winning. Anyway, as I winning Arizona, as I winning Michigan, North Carolina, and then Wisconsin. This 4, yeah, and I agree. You a China panel. What is said? Niponya said man 9 way. On said Nick Makacho about 8 years ago. 6 years said America election. Say Canada. Okay. 4 anyway. And then America 4 podcast and opportunity, the Clinton states. The Clinton states. Indeed, and yeah, forget about what Biden is doing. And yeah, a China panel. What they say? Yes, say Wisconsin, Arizona, Michigan, North Carolina. Trump when it forget it. Trump will call. I have 4 states to go. Or call. Ghana, sir. We don't need any prophet. I have facts and figures. Trend. Nyame bay. Papa Smiley. How on a special mameti. Nyame na kacho say, my war Ghana, my war South Africa. Wait, and I want it now. And I do on better. And Nyame na kacho. Answer. Omi aninti. Omi aninti. Omo bunipa and you go for so guso. Even in the midst that they have been exposed by COVID, you go for ninti. Mentiasi on come kese. Nyame to aba. Nyame to aba. Nyame bay. Nanti o kase nyame a. Na mabisa nyame bay. Oba de abo ya ba ha. Wase ye metena asase so. Inti bibie ye o ha bia. Ye ne ye emra. Ye ne ye aduane. The miracles are around us. So oba de abo nipa to ha. Nipa se okosoro. Osu koli wajatu. Na dienti no bo to ha. Dienti e no bo to ha. O se soro ho e any place. Mesel say wo London. Wo brand here wo to program. Say wo London.
Here na mo.
Mesel what Benga Palace we be queen to na ho na what na invio.
There be ho. Nti ho.
Dienti na what London na ngo tena na invio. Fre abusuan pedi owo ahene wone me ame wofa twumberima wofa we dey salute you and then also share am godi uchi out over it has to be a video but baba wofa man bisa no over say last house one na akufu ato one ho na ote ma for nya politician didn't know of last house Papa,
I don't
media house or Ghana and always got your parents say,
oh, why?
And you can't jump back on Papa.
Oh, day.
Or what media empire of Ghana?
Oh, despite.
Mr. Of last house.
There you know,
Papa. Na if you was see as I didn't do what Nima Hono. Ne nkwa hono and sing last house.
It could be possibly.
I just say could be. I know the plaster house.
Hey, say be announcement assassin who so call watch it.
Papa Smiley. You bet to me create wawa himfie. You know that. And you live in your heaven. Papa, America for no me papa. No, I'm sorry, chief. Why are you telling the people that heaven is here? We are going up there. Papa's there every day. Why your mom said, I saw one unipadia, a handy, and 9 West, heaven. Montiasia, Moncoshina. Papa, wow, I'm going to find that die. And I remember that the channel pa, more bonfire, Yeriko, Yereba, Pasumicate, on the minute. Yeriko, Yereba, yeah. Nidasu ina neza Yesu baba baba you want your more brain sit na papa because come be a gold no one on kwase o maye what the new way mama me no yana nidasu ina neza but I'm making mama no and one no Yesu baba 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 ntiri ikumpo abona Yesu baba 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 akwa baba brapa adugu na no what's Yesu baba akwa ndi man here 10,000 obena no isumo oh ndi wese biko isu eyi ka come say fire and that make can say me o ha
fire away. All right. I'm say, one champon. Okay. Fire to us na young call one champons.
Say can say me o ha say me ko pepe yi kese. So okay.
Me kai pa.
And that friend was say eya o kan say mo a nim say bia udi akro na ya apostle tio me man kan de wa mfa nya dwumo ma me bu fu kro emponi apostle ban be ya papa na me say he apostle oy brody o say oy pipi ni bat oy doctor am say nti na papa say me am hunsu ade no say me nya doctor who nyimi ni na me de me kopɛ kɛse ni am say be ya de papa o say the buyer the so na say be nya dom hwɛ how are nipa betumi ama nipa tumi akasa nipa no resha eh de anya be ye de
be ya de ya de pa
me kopa papa ni bi o say apostle church mu no ati access am say elder et say trio ya de pa ka ya de pa enso betumi de card in some money me kai betumi afa cry na kofa girl am yiri home oh kura papa small chop tempo
fire the mechanic say etuo ene be ya o kan is neither good nor bad. It is what you use it for, and are good or bad.
That's it. And I brought for no a use omubenye no a yard pa. Then crop for it still. Huh? Ghana obofo. Papa Safo. Was what the hard or two ya. Was you could do and cobra. It's my phone by your phone now, goddamn say. Safo. Get now hold the officer your home brody. I said, but I mean, it was hard over the other nam of them, Debbie. The trim. Quasa sassy. O my tram ha bunch of bubble. Then I was a fee. I buy by four. Into every amount on it, not a view. Why you buy for? Make kaipa or point to Messi. Papa, young upon pen, Sanko, you know, crown busy. So what in the dinner tech?
Yeah,
I say, Nanya, Diaby. Yes, serious. The mammas, Manya die. If you didn't know, who say, ya the idea we born say, a baby. You back Quabano, why he has to. Now you know a colony. What's what die? Now, what can I want to say? But I want me 2 years. 1 2 now the me fire says you mean be kasibi. Obey no. Indeed, Baba, we need to stop some people who are helping the West to deceive. Papa, Adamas is a professor in law, taxation corner. Adamas, in the ever said, we are moving Casepa. Obedi Ghana mampania or ko bia when you invest so man the power of a man winning election. And what I'm the town know. That was the reason why I put me tapes in those against him. Who ya professor? Say me, what do you mean? The pan one university. What do me that will say? I brought Nipakompo or Corn was 70 TB Joshua, only vote to Ghana. See, a time has come. We need to realize, say, Yankopon wa boy envy. Say, yea, and a year pa. Say, yea, and a hair assassin. Say, yea, and a hair and quite down the school. One about me. Oh, indeed, ya per prophet to Ghana, and ya may fire them kind. Ya per prophet to Ghana. One book there be a work for no. We are Panama family. And ya may fire them kind. The catcher said this free SHS, me mamma 10 to 20 years. One about me about. I say, what done me prophecy no. I say, there's going to be problem for the next 10 years. Thereafter, any people will benefit. So I'm not about me and another more. So Simon, no more. Are they in government?
Hey, so also for about some prophecy there. Say, next, I'm not who.
About some there. And I'm a canon. And there's a man who's for now almost a Jerusalem. If you must have maybe Bono. Sana some yam. And I saw the Jerusalem. But no probably anymore. I'm not going to send you the baby. Even Moses in Toronto try. That doesn't catch out. Moses, I got far more man if Egypt and I got share mountains. So how can God be on mountains? Or body? Oh, and in the Paya to call it. My Canada, our Mrs. The laws maybe. What here? About Ponashu. Or see, I got Pom Ben at the law, say, Bama. Ninantro to deceive and manipulate. Oh, now once you are born into normal education, you are born into it. That child was school, no, I don't know any. And Jesus Christ now come back. If you are, okay, say no. And so, says you are doing some fun. Come back, dear. Some can say, "Hey, we are not now sorry." Baba Mary, what say? Oh, what happened? I'm Vinci. I'm my baby.
That's it. Now, into your one, na. You see, even on the issue, say, baby, I'm making kind of Hebrews chapter 1, verse 1. So, I know, cause maybe a chairman, no, the Yanko phone, a cassatre and control, and on prophecies, no. Even that one quite questionable to me because I will say it was just the ignorance of the many people. Internal modern say Yankopon kasa e fan krofo bi so e na kire wo mo. Masa Yankopon no bia kasa o de ase. Ye papa no no bia kasa. Now you ignorant and I dream say no bi na kasa fa no so ansa na wo wate. What am trying to say? Intino no cry na questionable to me. Say wo modern say God was speaking to people in the past through prophets. Or no bia kasa. That's what was or kasa won't it. And to know your ignorance may make you feel say one incrophobia na kasa actually wo masa obia your prophet nemu odi na edebe odi na ada yenti o wa na champo wati na yenko eni wa na champo bamaso kaje o mute we so fu chira bosom say 40 years o wa ne bamaso
yeah pay I can say P.
Na se boko de.
Oh, you who are near the
beautiful.
Mona and your bomb pay mammo, and I'm saying some of it is from one mono. Yeah, somewhere there. Eh, dear Yamuye. Okay. Same no can say you are get the movie, men shot, idea. We did this, I will be able to see our jacket.
Oh, shut the pen and shame here.
Ah, you worker is yate. The TV face is here. Yeah, the end. Say, Bonacrana, say, Papa, and I'm saying, yeah, Papa Mono. Papa, the Korean say, Ama COVID-19 will say, Abuche, but be beat missing baby. Say, COVID by say, Anka, Ebimbaka say, Argentina, Africa. Say na Argentina, Africa, woman number 1 tier. Ya kan nipa enwu ti said ye keka hu am ho no be ya eni kwa mutisu ni restrictions ni ayam hye de mamu da bia kama gudamu wohwɛ adeɛ a meka ne sɛ Ghana nyame ahyira me ma ɛne Ghanafoɔ a ɛwɔ Ghana yi sesia ne sɛ saa adeɛ adi ma to yi ayɛ me sɛ asɛ ɛha adwene kakra ɔwɔ na mekyerɛ no ɛyɛ na ɛde ato mo soɔ no ɛne ehunu a ɛde to mo soɔ no ɛyɛ adeɛ a ɛha adwene yie ɛnam sɛ yɛ wohwɛ a ɔman no yɛhu sɛ covid no abadeɛ nso no yɛpia abɔnten nnipa tu nnipa no di kasa ne saa nomanoma no a wohwɛ death rate na ɛwɔ Ghana ha nom no a wotu sɛ ɛwɔ fam koraa compared to sɛ ɛyɛ nokorɛ sɛ ɛnyɛ nokorɛ fa baabi a mowɔ no sɛ ɔmotumi inflate sɛ nnipa bɛɛ deɛ hɔ no nnipa thousands of people who one day ni nomanoma no I don't know nti mede nyame ase sɛ Africa ɛne ɔman Ghana mbɔ mu sisi a no nyankopɔn ama yɛsoso no ɛtumi sere ɛtumi pie ne nipa nyina kɔdi nkɔmmɔ ɛtumi sere saa deɛ no nti ɔbade bɛtumi aka no no
yo beautiful
say na face sane saa
awahene
yei
yo misa okaso da nyame ase a na kwan so ano no na misa obo ade na odo na ase me bo obo na memo akọ anim kakra ache obo ade se ọma masa yare Emma Africa force
Emma Sudan Emma
because baby oba yenya word
like that telling me say Emma na Emma be hu and I'm say the Nyankopon aye Africa no e wiase fa na nyina no ye beka say ye ntutu enuma yie die na nka ibi kwa ntutu enuma yie kwa na ibi kwa de we kwa kan timi mu wura akra ba kokra enso we kwa na enuma kwa achi akra no o hwe se ti fatia ne ne se o twedi ampo Nyankopon tumi nyina ewura nani ewo yeso o ma ya de pa o gya ya de pa ye wa de papa enam se de kosi broni ne nim die ne nyansa ne de o hwe yi nyina mu nyina a be si from March e be si November wa ya wa hwe fidi mu nyina wo tumi ya yare no ho aduru bia esusu ye ne nam ha no ade che no pa e kodi di enya nka di enya pineapple ni nam abonten 1 bebebe bia no kwa tino ye de am ya se betiri sa se de we ya se lockdown bi ma se ba no ku nyina ma she dem ni no ma papa abochi dem she ne easy o enya easy wo na me che no me no ana me fo se ya tete ma nipa se wodi ehu betu nipa bi so se ade bi rise enti nipa nyina nkɔhwɛ dem ni no ma ase kire se so ante me che no enti ye na yesu bi before no so ya mbo ye sa se ye hyehyɛ dem ankora sa ye nipa bi before ye nipa bi ye pɛ ye nya ye tratra bobu di nkomo hwɛ tese tie na namu mu kada ye ne edi ye bo anase story no ma ye kusku ye bo for post no ma okwamu no ma na be okudu bi ko so ye hyehyɛ dem sa agudi time ye be ka se mu nyamu piepi to Ghana ha no na di ma ye pa na nye ti we de na abrantie wo musu bia be ha mu bia no enti me affect mu bia sa
na o wa he no ho me hunu se figures no gradually as ya pick akosoro kakra wa na
papa you any
many on
you any yo figures is na in the buy
baba
yes
awai
yay
me I want to say on say yeah doctors and scientists omusuban ate say ayi ngofo mo ba ban mu no they are so lazy say ade bai anka omo wo ho kwan so omo nso be pe omo method ya kan eye natural yen de enye omo taste UK ni US ma high figures ma restriction no they are also now trying to put pressure on the government so that they will also be counted and your research be on one based on the figures that UK ni US no almost stability I'm a government and it's unfortunate. Well, this is the type of education we need to eradicate. Oh, in the type of education, Papa, obi o unyenim, you find true and poor. Adi obi aye no, near copy. No, me that be am catch Papa. Me say me buy go school. Or why?
Yeah.
Me because adi get to away. Me kind within 30 minutes. No, tuning na. Kwa churokwa na kwa na mama 40. Kai. Where to work? No, friend, you have a problem. I'm saying, you have a problem. I didn't have the money. I don't have the money. I said, no. That is not what I'm looking for. I want you to question what I have given you and come out with implication and application. I'm saying, hey, I want to say, I did all the money. And one of the money into one. And I question them. Oh, what's the way to say? Okano. What you do when I want you to what's a minute to me? They have to and so me feel say that is what learning about. Young girl for Adia they are not questioning it. American figures now no more extrapolation. Papa in Obio University of Ghana BNB. Long exercise training amount for dear and you copy. Amount for dear you copy. Well, you see ya doing a sebi, and then come on about the demand. Democracy, America, they are killing themselves in an election. America, abra, you see what in the the whole world, and also to come. Want to say Santiniaco. There be America and I, Yanam and Jassia. You see what in the cassia pa. We are professor. How call you Pabwa? Untuma, what about 2 Rufus? Mevoa Cassa, fire with your boy. America, Omu come home because of election. Sad dear way up is not a new thing to us. Governance, I need. You see, you better America for. Who got our premier university a Legona? Department says 7. It's about democracy. In the boy see Pierre, what did they think? Democracy. Man and Virginia, if the case will say, without democracy, a nation cannot develop. But personally, the tape no, or say without democracy. Son, no more there too. Wo, name me, Papa Pentecostini. A money a woman too, yeah. Without Christianity, you can't see God. Said who? Now put this phone and when Nakupon to tell you more mina. And so, Usa, I got to the enemy. Why him pa obey Dr. Jungo Akon, I am ambassador in Joka. Also, I artificial because Okosuya parties can ambassador. I said, the amount of credential is a certificate of presenting to the nation. Who's only credential? What's your ambassador? Who do everyone say? Who are you, Ambassador Dr. Ajungo? You bet you want to because who need credentials? Internet, they are not spiritual, and we are living in a physical world. Grow. We are living in a physical world. You are talking about things I cannot see or prove. Oh, why? What do you kind of enter be a fire? Me out with my own will, Baban. Woman got done in tears. So we are living in a physical world, and we have to develop this. Oh, why? Instead of saying, "Ufo na ukurano." Boso no swan. All the call Samsung and now iPhone 4 say iPhone 4. The person you call Bamaso. On famine to so. Sana yeno. And now one hour searching.
All right.
iPhone body papa personally. Some are quite from. What are you in Gango? And men be anka. Wa ba bra. Sana nyamia ye wa man everything. We have to explore, and these guys are doing it. And you be on Kwasia. Oko comes ye Ghana. Remember Ghana saying, oh, remember Ghana saying, India Kwano ko esoro. I announce a story, but a woman to Yabaka. Oko soro. And now here papa smell any Atibobo. And now I was a friend of Wahine. Also, we did some money. Oh, already. Me, you much chimney. Inti ejawe. And now the papa smiling in the room. And my man call. Why am one a holy ho? Let me walk and get up. No man, someone just die. And go for home, but can't answer natural. Why do you want me to come? Oh, 80. About smiling. I don't know if you're Yanko Pop Boviase or Tonipa. I didn't put back to them. Never. You are neutral. Yeah, and a giant. Yeah, we are living in hell in Ghana. I brought your resources. Oh, I'm a friend of sources. Near man to come at the end, and your hell near war. That is our hell. Now, if you say I'm going to best say, but when someone Debbie say, Mama, see me, I'm going to number call. Find the back. Find. Oh, why? Says, yeah, Unya sit na power Ghana. Na, near my Tomua. Because if you play and yourself, you play Grofaba, UK, Abedi Porter. Abedi say, oh, why? Never play no.
Oh, why? You're never seen ambassador for Christ, why?
Indeed, Baba Smiley. See, I share near me, you was access to her. Me say, Ambassador Ban, my man quotation back from Genesis down to the last chapter in the old book. No, what we mammy one just a verse. I yanko pon. A share. Sal Titefono. On say, New Testament, yanko pon, Adam will be anymore. Go for yanko pon so mo tina no. Someone that in our Old Testament. O mama one verse yanko pon say. O Bible 4 mark slower. Papa, a Chinambe ambassador.
Okay.
One verse, pet. Woman, one verse from Genesis. Etu, Eto, say, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Elijah, Mahwine, a farmer for Soro. Massa, whom may an inti, Nasa, Sia, Namidia Mai, in Kanka, Africa, Tino Wahineka. A real a boy in tea, Babia. And then come out the Guyenti. Yarakasi Impono in Twinkie is not because of hospital or science, but our location and environment in T. Why do we leave such environment and come here? To see our bay, Basmali, Hita, and the Asso. Well, yes, assassin. Nasa Empo, I know it's not. Say Empo, Yakupom 2 more things saying, now, pa. One me when we serve permission bia na what the ngofobegu ejamu a de eye Dr. Jingo nom me wo fa nom pass my power de ho be kan abi before kan do begu jam because God will tell us you are most lazy, wicked, stupid people. I've given you all this that the other nation could not. Look at your state. Go into this for your punishment. That one I will agree. Because Yakupon job be mind to a sense, say, wherever you are in Ghana, Africa, be out the from BI, give you something. Why should he lack as people? Papa Mama means because the name is so I mean to Munsa, Menyakatanum. But the master,
yo, and Yema ambassador for Christ, and so Emre. Na also MKB and there. Doc, Bamaso.
I drink a papa man.
Beautiful. Say, baby, I don't come there.
Oh, yeah. Bibiana, that we are just waiting for the blue waves anyway. It is happening, Shaba.
You are waiting for the
blue waves.
So you are going for the blues, yeah?
Papa's mommy.
Now, I don't know the council on. Where's the prophet?
Oh, I don't. Oh, that's it. Yeah, fire. Oh, yeah. Mahuncia, fire. We are going to know Otuma Ifuana. Morning crowd, they're partying on Utuma Labor.
Mr. Bar first. So what you am to
labor first na to labor. They say they want to
I say me Ghana na me Ghana ni.
Dabi. They say now we are Ghana ni na to labor. They say no Ghana ni into to wife.
Renew of mind or Bible go to me. Renew of mind or Bible go to me.
And you renew mind no from
renew mind
from labor to conservative, right?
Dabi, just na me say we share what is happening. Ni asma obeka. And I'm to
you know, Umusame say, Mrs. Sumesha, what is happening? Because maybe you have registered voter. Minya registered for Republicans and I say Democrats. So just here. Me kwa Kotumaba. Said here, values, no, SST. So just here. Any pan values now, some now can. I don't know how big one. I don't know what to about. So,
I had overcome why union.
Into the mind because we got question about because we are Ghana. So Ghana for a bit to say almost penny bia. Obi a to abane say the issue penny bia because a choice. What does it? Into no being for so. As someone now work now see Genesis from Genesis chapter 1 to what?
Baby I was yeah. I'm
from Genesis on Nyankopon anka heaven asem entre nipa bia asase and oyede and I promise Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. So what you say obama mo asase a omune omuma ebedi forever. So what you say entino eno de eho ntuba New Testament crowd say Jesus Christ can or say over the ahini anymore. People will come from the east, west, and another day. They will come and what? And dine with what? Abraham, Jacob, and Isaac. So just here. And you know, as I see you on there, I go pon a programmer or the Ashen Kovo Binta I from the nation of Israel. So the American church say Bible, no, when you read the Bible, no. 2 Timothy 2:15 we have to study to show ourselves approved unto God.
A workman that
dividing the word of God. Truth. Why am I dancing? And you know, the word of truth, you know, and I would divide the other say, I'm partnering upon or a day or 2 programs, one for heaven and one for earth. So that's it. I say in the beginning, you know, God created heaven and earth. So that's it. He has a purpose for heaven and a purpose for earth. But earth program, you know, where they all the prophets, you know, talking about it. And you know, for the nation Israel, I brought through Abraham, you know, penal, and where the my division where they buy, such as here. And the division started from Abraham, where the nation Jew, promise as I say throughout. But we are now sorry, and are kicking in the second program through Apostle Paul. So just here, and Paul talking about heaven. So just here, and the prophets also talking about earth. But Paul, heaven, you know, is the body of Christ, which is called in this age, you know, the age of dispensation, you know, the church. It doesn't matter. We are Israel, you know, we are Gentile. Once you believe the gospel of the grace of God, you become a member of the body of Christ, so to say, and then you become an ambassador of Christ, so to say, because your destination, or kind of Philippians chapter 2, Philippians chapter 3 said, we are waiting for our Savior from heaven, so to say, or no, the prayer call, because our conversation, our citizenship, is in heaven. So, and you know, the body of Christ, which is the second program, our destination, our heaven, and the nation of Israel, almost the destination, our earth. And you know, and our country, as I also said, the nation of Israel, Moses' country, almost said, what kingdom of priests. So, and when you go to Revelation, you see the kingdom of priests, the priests and kings, Hebrews, Peter, yeah.
Oh, the ambassador, me o mo peninsula but me so asem ketewa bi to mo na afi de baba mu o se ni ni odumfo yakopon o ma sum dwen so nkam Prophet Muhammad because e wo Quran asem kase pa but me ko also kan Quran ti me ko tu Quran no but me use Bible any dada asetena se obegi atum se obaade onim bibia na mpese obeyi na rhetoric se officer nya saade a ndi oba obetuna ka se onim bibia obaade enim bibia ena onim se obebo nipa na wabɔ esoro na ne ma yɛse na yɛ Nyankopɔn ma no bi nti ɛna ɔbɔ ade onim bibia ɛbɛbɔ nipa abegu asase so na wama nipa afa ɛhaw mu ayɔhoro mu na obi aka sɛ test na afɛ de ɔpase a na ne ɔmbɛ pase no ɔde ɔmo akɔ ne nkyɛn Sabi Omaya omo wo nkyɛn wawo omo kama dan mu omo pictures na Ghana ko bi yɛ saa de no one man koda yi so akɔ Ghana na wo se Ghana yɛ den nti mun kwatena hɔ wo a obɛ pass university no ona abɛbɛ brochire nkoda yi ba ko apase abɔ ebrochire minu ampase nti omo da Ghana ena omo bere you as a man unyanyame will you do this say obeye saa dia and the assembly obeka afa happen dia no ambassador amofi say woman no umfo mu nkoye test Ghana say unless you pass Legon or UST or Kevas, you are not coming and stay with me in the US here. And the assembly of a comfort head will be and Tasum. Cosino, any Waxo.
You know, I have a question. I'll be saying, remember,
Mr. Wolf,
me any part.
Mr. said, Wolf, didn't know what you need BBR. Now, one more young transfer. No boy, you be buha. Then we go through a test.
Okay.
We have to go through a test. Then when we pass, then he take us there. Yes, no, yes.
Because on my choice, I'm only passing nipa koliko. Soldiers here. I'm only passing nipa koliko. And you know, Genesis now open kind. Oh boy, no. When we read Genesis chapter 1, all right. Okachi say obo de pa wie no soldiers say ohume
men go kan say onu no ho men go kan
onu no ho
anu ko dey back to me nti me make obi anka in my presence say Yakopon Yakopon bo ade anu no ho sabi e pa kunyame
o bo sabi so ma men kasa why o de because we now say baby e be call no or can repented no and so Genesis one na o go kan content na ubo ade kra o pa kire so that say
when you opportunity no anya say me kan say see a
yo so na wo kan for say enti no obo nipa no ono ye den na odi bibia obo nipa say onye den have dominion and say heaven no or have dominion on earth right na odi bibia shenisa na mo man only one command tenio only one command. Remember, so Obo Nipa no. Go say bibia everything is good. O man only one command say. Saga the no dem man no. We have a dear siho. A tree. So dear. Good and evil. O katre nipa say man in the man in di sa diabano or no sa diabano man in this no. But the beer or bia no betima this. Only one instruction. So that's it. This is the compliance and the beer can once no. Only one. Say nipa no nyari. and in the fire day, a crocodile. Soldiers here. Remember, the man free choice. And you find crocodile. And no, and a big case, a brass at sea. Soldiers here. And you know, say, or catch you say, or prepare baby. I'm Satan and any angels. That's it. Or catching the process. So your choice. You know, you can go there by your choice. And you're not there for to go there. You are going there, no, by your choice. Remember, say Genesis, when you read Genesis, maybe anyone I tell say, you go pump Satan or honor. But when you go further, no, further revelation, who say Satan was created. So that's it. But Genesis, no, Satan PA or no, you go pump. Yeah, I can't say describe it. Say, you go pump. Say obo Satan. That's it. And some obo nipa and say no. What I say? But when you read the Bible further, no, Ezekiel, Isaiah, talk about Satan. He didn't say, also a created being. So, and you know, say, make your choice. So the say me ba Ghana. Say me ba no, ni choice no. Either say.
US. Now don't make good Ghana say unless the pass Ghana.
Into all Ghana, me bwana.
Tie question yi.
Dabi. Tie. Baksa me ba no Ghana.
Oh yeah, me na me bisa question no. So listen to my perspective. As I open to Ghana, I don't mind. So because people are listening. Into me say, o man is your mo Ghana. US. Ghana. And this is the thing. Unless you pass from this 3 university, you are not coming to stay with me in the US. Knowing that Ghana adding, are you going to do that?
Knowing that it's a Ghana adding.
Now the only Ghana adding.
Oh, some of them back Ghana, and I'm not catching. Say more instructions. He said, "Omunye, the idea of meeting my year, omunbeting the about US, the Ghana." It's meaning say they have the capability to do it. It's their choice. It's their choice. No.
You are now adding something. You are bringing a foreign material to what I said.
No. Because
if they have the capability, why do you tell them? Then there's no test.
Let's go for a test to be
now. Says here, they will say, a test. This is what they say. It's a test.
When say a test,
then why do you tell some people and leave others?
Fire. When you read Genesis now, or cast a test or no, or say command on the man and say, "Oh my BBR." They say, "Our fire." I don't know about
Genesis to have an assembly.
Huh?
Genesis to have an assembly. The Genesis body, I don't come for a bombshell because I don't want to go into it. So I want to transit today.
No.
And you are using your brain as a study to show thyself. If we are studying now, we won't say a bomb in the hall. Oh,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I am very weird. Say, Nipa transit all these things and believing that light. Oh, when a snake have to go and talk to human being.
All right, fire. Man, fan and to near Henyanko and why? Man, fan and to Nyanko.
Yeah, because Una before I'm about to say Genesis, from Genesis 1 to the end of Genesis, you know, and go upon and promise you will be up for heaven. I'm say yes, and because our program now ahead of a church said heaven no. Now it was what? It was a hit in God until they will reveal Paul. So what I say? In Paul writings, you know, and I may who say, you know, that is why.
And this is a Paul or your prophet, and I'm not going to say, Abra on fire or diffoso.
Oh,
unless you tell me Paul is a mega prophet.
Kind. Deuteronomy 29:29. Deuteronomy 29:29.
All right. I'm just going to read this one and then that will be it. Now, Doctor, for anoto, why? Deuteronomy.
Read them.
Deuteronomy 29, 29.
Romans 16:25. Yeah.
Deuteronomy say
29:29.
29. Okay. All right. I'll say. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
So, this is where Moses or Israel for, but I translate it to everywhere. So they say, every secret thing belongs to God until it's revealed to us. And Papa Smiley, you read Romans 16:25, final one. Final one, Romans 16:25. Let's see the Paul control. Paul account on
Romans 16:21, right?
25.
25, okay. I'll say, now to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel and the preaching of Jesus Christ according to the revelation of the mystery which was kept secret since the world began.
So just say, and Paul is preaching to us, and it was kept secret. When you go to Ephesians, and tell you say, which was hid in God. So that's it. And keeping it secret, and we reveal through Paul and Paul the catcher. Until Paul talk about heaven for the body of Christ, when you read Genesis up to Malachi, right? Even in the Gospels, everything is about earth, until Jesus Christ on the mount, right? The beatitudes, or talk about what the meek will inherit the earth, right? The meek will inherit the earth. Or catch the 12 disciples, and they say, when he sits in his kingdom now, they 12 they are going to be what rulers of the 12 tribes of Israel. So they say he didn't reveal any of things until say. Paul or Acts chapter 9, review that program, that is the gospel of the grace program. So that's it. And share Paul, right? And all the Israel phobia, and what kind of Bible? And let me say we have to say, a Martha, a brother Lazarus, we are not Jesus Christ called a corner. And there are some Martha catch a question, sorry, they did, So they say, yes, because all they know is say, sorry, no more I see so. But they don't have any idea of going to heaven. But when you come to Paul catch
Papa, I'm sorry, in my memory, just quick Roberta now, Joseph. Okay. On the way, what can or that's what can it do? Papa, any answer beside the question 2 and 3 years. Paul on your prophets, Amos chapter 3 verse 7. Or sing Uncle Pong. 1 year bibia Cassie. So Abra on country Nedipo. Paul is not a prophet. He's not even a minor prophet. Paul was not even part of the apostles. And
can't just Paul a prophet.
I'm making a statement, and the statement is an inference to what even these 2 books that we are talking about. Or say God will never do anything, and God is come to do something. And what is that thing? That Paul claims. And this is some of the deception the Romans used through Paul, that we the blacks will be looking somewhere going heaven, so we will not develop our land. That God is now Jesus Christ no. The guys went to him, the Pharisees. They were thinking, studying. Said, you talk about kingdom of God. What is kingdom? The kingdom of God, eyes will not see that it's coming, but the kingdom of God is within you. Heaven is within us. We have to have that pleasure. Now that you are working, you are enjoying, that is your heaven. Why will God create heaven and earth, put you here, then come and take you? Like analogy I give you, you and your children. You will not do that. Why don't you send your kids to Ghana? And you enjoy in the US? You will be a bad father. God is a good father, and He has given us this wonderful earth. We have to use our common sense to develop it to live. Those in the Old Testament, they were best friends of God. Why would God put them here? And you, that they say years ago, you were an enemy to God, He will take you to heaven. Are you kidding yourself? Papa Media, see.
All right. Mommy and fancy. Aye. We see na a side tracking kakra bi.
Yeah, how about
side tracking kakra bi. Yeah, fancy ya. Na said ye mekana earlier on no. Said ye tie bia no. The environment that we were brought up, we grew up in, that determines what we see as appropriate, as right, as wrong, and what have you. When you change your environment as well, you begin to change the things that you see as the norm, as otherwise. Doc, baby, I will be free, you know, an environmental woman, one of the Bible in the Bibia. Fire, one also one idea, was a son idea, no, 1 year, or say, hey, I need to question. It was so question. In a tivoa, it's here, whatever you make out of it. If you feel that it is going to help in you reaching to your higher self, go for it. If not, chuck it away. You have the liberty to do that. Yentie, ura abi. The ono so work. In fact, baby, you could free a BP has say also for chirabosom as a man no can say after 2016 no massa prophecy no or say nanado will be 8 years. Odi we are baumia another 8. Na we are alanchina matiaba on so betwa 8 account na 24. Na enkrofo bi kura ba be so fine. Na no chere say aban we be kwa 40 years. Actually, yehu ye osofu chira abosom akote party. Wo pe aban mu aba. Na wo ahene ba ye ho na mpesem ne bonkwa ma fire. E de ko fa baabi. Me no wo ahene nyam mo sa ankomo. Ne beto asa ankomo no so de tie bia. Na actually one for yi video we ba ye na ebusa osofu chira abosom questions no wo say or prophesy 40 years there na mum na kufuado ni wickedness nti amo nyankopon bu afu nyankopon bu afu pa ho ana the science we nyina ba mu a people have just went into the Bible that way me mesa kabio say Bible no me Hebrews fire ne ekutu ye wo say Yankopon ne nkrofo bi ne kasa o kasa kire nkrofo bi through the prophets. Well, I'll tell you, to me it was the ignorance of the people that made them think God was speaking to them through some other people, because we all have the element of God in us, and if we are so attentive enough, we will all hear the voice of God. You hearing the voice of God, don't say Yankopon about treble ana tenor ana auto. It also comes in various forms. Maybe another time we will talk about that. But for now, dear, Yamfa Nusia, Yinti Ura Abe, on also the hour, what am I any day? Ura Abe, Bamaso.
Yeah, Papa man.
Bamaso.
I didn't say.
Beautiful. What you want to say?
Why, you only want to hear beautiful things or what?
I want to hear beautiful things. Oh, no. Why do I want to hear beautiful things? It is no.
Yeah, so why were you describing beauty with me, and the rest you didn't describe beauty with them?
I was describing what?
You were talking beauty with me, and you didn't talk beauty with the previous speakers.
Oh, beauty. Beauty is insane.
Okay, leave it.
Let's leave it and carry on. Why?
Question to Doc.
One question to who?
A question to Doc and to some extent fine.
Doc, I am a resource person.
Yeah, because I heard all their deliberations, heaven and earth will pass away, and all those things they were saying. In the first place, we are on earth now, isn't it?
That is it.
Okay. And where is heaven?
Who was that Doc say heaven no way?
No, you. Before I ask my question.
Who was that man say heaven no way?
Where is it?
Heaven and Moody now was open so whom baby.
You know, okay, hold on there. You know, if Oyibo has not gone into other planets, we all know heaven is what is in the sky.
Okay.
So if that is the case, then Oyibo has been to heaven and back because they've been to the moon, they're going to Neptune and all of so on. So what I want to ask Doc is, and Fire, is this. So if you manage to escape this Earth and you go to Mars or Neptune, would the rapture catch you? Or do you think those who wrote heaven and earth will pass away? They know there are other galaxies or somewhere. Would they have written that thing? So Fire and Doc, I want you to come and clarify this.
It's also my doc. Why?
Okay.
But what my dog there? Because me I straight away, man. But my dog there,
my dog.
Papa, any. When him say, even it is in the Bible, Jesus Christ important thing. Or say, a Riano, a Baba theater assassin. Well, now we are science more. Now as a scientifically right. Indeed, when they were saying that, as Riley Abbey have printed, they thought when you cross the moon, that is the heaven. People have gone. Oh, nobody knows where God is. And nobody knows God, and God has not spoken to anyone. So I agree with you. Nobody knows where God is. But what we know is like, if you ask me, where are you coming from? Abby, I'm not talking about Ghana. We don't know where we emanate from as human beings, and nobody knows where we are going. That is it. So whilst we are here, what we have is what we have to develop it. That's my argument. So I'm saying that those who told us that they are going to prepare a place for you, they are deceiving you to be lazy. That's why even so, even the government is exploiting, cheating them, they don't care because they have hope in heaven. And I'm saying it's a false hope. Simple. About maybe Abby.
Yeah, Baba Smiley. You see, based on what I'm saying, what Fire has just said, it baffles me. It baffles me when you go back to our part of the world, where you see, and we've given them titles: Archbishop, Angel, Archangel, and this, and that, and this, and that. And these people behave as if God is their next door neighbor. They only you. They can wake up and go to God anytime they want. I mean, is it not lies? Look, Saturdays, after Newsfile, they bring Otabil on. For some time, I say, I mean, when I hear these people, I just ignore. But the last 2 times, let me listen to this man. If you listen to Otabil, the first one I listened, the man is not speaking theology anymore. He's talking business. He's full of business concepts. They asked him about church growth, and he was using business analogy, the growth, cycle analogy to illustrate his thing. And this last Saturday, he was saying Ghanaians don't read, so they are deceived. When I heard that, I breathed loud. I said, yes. Because these people have seen the weakness of our people, and they are capitalizing and hammering on it. And some of them, their behavior even gives them out. Has anybody properly listened to Duncan Williams speak? He doesn't preach. He doesn't speak any sense. Only noise, noise, noise. You understand? Look, these people are deceived. Look, for the past 30 years or so, if you look at the caliber of Christians we have, these Christians were fashioned. Their mindset, everything were fashioned by these latter-day reverend archbishops or whatever, name them. But look at the outputs these people have turned out. Criminals. You can't go to church and leave your mobile phone there. Hey, somebody's prayer has been answered. You understand? Because look at the people themselves. Those who call themselves pastors. Look at the way they behave. Look at their possessions. Look at their obsessions. Wealth. Wealth. Meanwhile, we are here, these big Osofos, we join tram, we join train with them. You understand? They immediately, Saturday when I finished, I was walking through Croydon. I hear some people making noise. They are giving me something about Chris, Pastor Chris. I say, what? The way I look at the guy, I say, my friend, what's the problem? I didn't even mind him because if I continue, he will not like what he will hear. These people are criminals. They are crooks, parading as pastors. When did God start doing politics? When did God start playing economics? To pray for the city, to predict election results. And they say this regarding ballot papers. Ballot papers numbers, they are reading religious things into it. We are like jokers, man.
I pray for the spirit to stabilize in the name of Jesus.
I don't know what the way to describe these people. And we've all been messed up by these charlatans. I have a friend, I was speaking to him last week. His mother-in-law said, as for him, he wants all his children to meet her in heaven. So my friends, try to block their. So when I call him, I always tease him that your in-law says you are blocking. You don't want the children to go to heaven because she wants to meet all of them in heaven. Do you understand? As if her going to heaven is guaranteed. Look, my principle is this. Look, including the Pope. None of us knows that the way we claim we are worshiping God is the right way. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Abby, if you don't know they are, then you have a problem.
Okay.
Doctor.
So
mute your phone.
If you go to
Mama been to an answer, so I'm saying that young queen.
You know that what you are doing is right. You know what you are doing. You know what you are doing is right. Or you know that the way you live your life now is guaranteeing you heaven straight. You know that?
No. It's not the way you live your life. It's your belief.
Yes.
You have to believe. Okay?
No, we all believe. We all believe. We all believe. But the belief alone is not a guarantee.
So what do you believe?
Doctor,
Oh.
Today you hear?
All right.
You hear fire.
I'm asking you a question.
Fire.
You said fire. Friday when I was speaking, he was all over the place. Like, you know what you call legal.
Abby, to ask him, so
you know what you call legal.
To ask him, so.
You know what you call legal.
Fire. It's okay. Yeah, leave it. Okay. Abby,
Baba Swali, you know what you call in Ghana legal. What we call in Ghana legal.
And there.
You know the green mantis. The green mantis, the mantis, when is standing on the leaf, it's just moving. That's what fire is doing today. Do you understand?
Okay.
No, Abby. Abby, you got me wrong.
Yeah.
I said it should allow you to flow.
It's okay. Mommy and on this issue. Now, young or one a chairman, I'll come back to you in a minute. Yeah. Now, Yamo one,
Papa.
Young fire. No. We are not going back on it. I'll be questioning you. For now, we
I'll be questioning. Oh, where the point of interest, Mr. Abby? Oh, Doctor Answer. Only say, Sadia when no more na Abby so no baby anano. Because what kind looked at 17 verse 34? Kind mobianti, Obiamra. Kind me patron, what do you respect, Mr. Look at 17 verse 34. Tie, as I'm all. I need you.
Now, book, you don't believe the book. So that's how
I don't believe the book. Mr. Mankind.
Yeah, maybe I don't believe the book.
Papa kind. Daroma.
Luke 17:34 was say, I tell you, in the night there shall be two men in one bed. The one shall be taken and the other shall be left.
So, this is not the rapture. This is not the rapture. This is not the rapture.
I've been super so quiet. One was one will be a number. On don't want to about, I don't want it because. Put you down.
Yeah, why let champion so yeah, okay, yeah. That's it. Oh, champion.
Yeah, P.
Kalechi.
Yes.
Na me ka guma no waje so say.
Aso bia se ya na se de. Aso bia se no ande ye. Bibisa.
Na o wa hene boa yo. Ade a Nyankopon wa prophesy say abayi ko 40 years. Na na afi yo no akote party.
Papa. Say papa, ewiase no obia wo de amana say obetimi ayi ana so obeye. What na be share no. Say odifo Andrew Christian Kwabena Andrew bibi say me dem ni so of prophesy say dia wo kan but I think say from a video na send ma me no and I know can be say MPP ni NDC MPP be dia kunya for 40 years ba o mia beba chematin beba ani no manyoma ona me share no eti no chiremu na no o chekire ebia enoma bia ohun kane no efa eye na former president Mahama hono ena ensem yi bia enuanoma mo abuchemu nyina no mudi akire nyina yi se osofi onu so enipa ebi onu so e de egitum ena wo kana adwene se efa enyoma ekoso ene nsem epiepie na je se wodi na adwene ene emotions ka se abanya bayidi se ne nipa nyina gigidie ma opanyini a wote so se sie saadi apanyini abade a emfie aduanan a ne party MPP no ebetena so na me share the programs ni 2016 na papa yi oye opanyini ba so ye MPP 4 ba so bi share sofo no ne programs yo ye na oguso ka say ye party no ye man of 8 years no oka begin oka ya adu baby no na ebia no ma bi onu na bi hu ne bose bia opanyini hihye ye no na oka se da bi ene saadi a saa ehihye ya ensem okeka ye ne ontutu atutu sisi die ebo ebra ebia enu susu na kanya no se saadi a ono so be de ebe fa no ho adwene won so ate political party no se enyadi a entutu ewese ne hihye wese no ekoye ma oman Ghana on say papa nipa nyina atra obi atra se otumi hu die ofo se eyema oman no so ase me che no ya fa wonu mu a wo so makotena esuepon esuade aba be die so bebrebe ebi onu na dwum no ne se wonu mu de edusuade no anase school kro no bo ekro no kro no ti onu no hwe onu so campaign so na machira esusu bebrebe wom ene de wo kekeka no enti papa ma nya wonwa se wo ka se mfie aduanan no se be kra no me fie betibi wo me fie se onu kwado onye prophet bi nua ba ka asase wo bi kire bi se na ku for wo betra so die MPP NDC be ba dia this mfie aduanan ansana MDC ebetimi aba na ka kire se na asba wo kan die adan ene o si debi ene o se wo true blame ni na kugu NDC ene mahamba aban no so ene nyoma ma ye ye sa die no eti baba e ma ni nyoma se odifo bi tuma chi na dwene ene de o kan ye no wa kan bi ene na wo che bibi susu se e wo san ko makwan bi e da ba bi se dia e bi obetimi ayi no ho anu yiye Papa, we you no. Oh, say me share say we prophet na waka na ebi o yi. Me share ni say o yi na no was say amamo no mu buo no. Enko ye emfa ye entwa ye. So what me share no. Enti so ono no kan sa akwa na enya de ye say no obesa kasa asem ni bi. Papa we nipa nya say the team ohu ade ehwa ade hia ade esusu ade ho. Enti no.
Okay, now, why was say he said, making kind neighbor, I'll say, God has taken his hands off Nanado and the NPP. Whom will win the elections for Ghanaians to know that God is powerful. In the same in the same way God took his hands off Saul, he has taken his hands off the NPP and Nanado because of their wickedness. You are wicked. Look at the loans you have contracted. Ghanaians are suffering. There is an increase in armed robbery. It means Nanado has failed. If I were to mark you, I will give you 0.0%. Okay. And the first one I know working, right? So I say I prophesy for you, but I prophesy victory for you, but your wickedness has angered God, right? It is our prophecy now, no man. No, yeah, one prophecy. Then Yankopon prophecy, no, the man I said, yeah.
Oba, my make us show any part if you are see it good me na one by then.
Papa, there's no prophet, no prophet, no apostle.
Me know why he needing come. What? Yeah, why? No, why he needing come.
The telling say, who the mission property say obi ka asemo a on mission.
Yes.
Say was say Yankopon so and as a poor and why. Na we Yankopon say yi ne nsa free sa onua kro no so. Now what the Tuton said ye openi etusu nim die mu no wo che say openi ntutue no ye de bia ene ne hyehyeye ene ne company oyeye no ene no entwa na o sa kyekye mu efa ambrobia che say your man etim no ade kyeyem hyehyeye ne sa no anoma no na make us see ade to aka busumi bi no ase busumi na yakudi yakoto aba ansina bunya aba enoma nyina aba fom kra ena enye sisi akra be busumi bi ensani enoma asasa nyina sidi wusi kina no de mission no wo kafa eka aburu a wobegu wono mu ena wo de ka no wo hwe ko akira enoma wo so wo de ekire se eka na wo no etumi enoma bi no wono no kyese onni diem no wo hu sa no mani nyina a wono no kyese no say wo kasa ene wo promise egu sa ono che say o hwa sika government no abusua government ene no man kan ko enkoyi ene odi gina so say obi odi o ka no obi abetuma gina we say su nyina de aka so ono we sika obetuma contest openi na o che su odike kasa gidigidi we akiri odike ti odika bu ofu gidigidi odike so onye prophet enso so o kasa against no be aban yi ba ya entia wo kasa na kufu ado the promises ni nyina o promise ye nyina no say insanoma etino me de say ye me no me blame say onam so prophet so me no prophet say no work na de nya wana me hwe ensem no a ensem egu mu eye asem eye no kure ensem o work no en ne hia me what the mission papa entini the prophet ensem ne de en na ba be di akire di a en ne obe fight sa prophecy and as a prophet ensem ne sa enso no yenhwe nsem a ewo mu ehia a yebetuma ye de afomu aba na de tumpon ndokonya bi anim se nya leaders papa ani ka be ba nipa ebubu ya papa hwe pola nipa atimu ne bonka ne kan nipa timu ya yenye wo mpanyina obebo ministers yi bebrebe yi nyansa no mo ya ni nyina no e ade bia yedika esu yenka mempese be shift blame na aka so ye prophet team no man nka de wo ka no kan wo so wo ka no said the Elijah be now or can asem sa na papa no be can asem ti de sifatie hwe papa say prophet wo say prophet ni wo no mo me de hiam ne context no asem na wo ka no nyansa wo manase nyansa ni about bi wo mo abi me yefuma ne sa ba bi ani so at me share because o man no atia chia. Oh, you kunku nipa basa ni sanu no ma wezi adan.
Yo, na champo. Ye be down so ase. Ate. Ye mo ahomo so.
Eti mame twa we se mu nyina bia no na mo we echi o mo ge ka emfa se nyame papa na me last be kai on se tie ewiase na e nam no e wo mu no ade no e positive and negative positive ni na juma negative so ni na juma so ati me share no eti no ba bia wo gina wo kan wa asem no obi so betime gina ho no mo defend sense ma wo kan nyina no enya no kure obi so betime gina ho ma the same on to na za o kan na bit maka se o kan sem nyina e papa so ati me share no eti no ho no asem na ye kan die e na me ka se trust me da ho no mo ye nyina e ba to trust me da ho no mo no so ati me share no say ba bet on my gun and I say be tukan ba be condemn say trust me da ho no mo no enya dia ehuhia kra make us oboa because papa enu tire be bia ba be du ye fa wonu mo ye to ba ma wonu say omo tutu ekro no empuntuo say de ekro betime tu anamo akonani mo and say ke betime blame pank be blame politicians no because baby am wo say see you know e leaders na tutu nyoma e ma no matime init yi ne koma no etima straight menya mo kro na wo pa wa sorry wo shift e kwesi ada e be no etima kwa sorry say ye kuma an me na no ye edwodo kosi fiada ne memenda e bi ukro enkodwo memenda e ya dia system no ye 24/7 no mo run say fatie your bus drivers ye wo no mo ye more shops ne wo be clean no ma omo de bi omo shift no e rotate ya me ye say sanka no mo nyina betima ye blame na aso so for some ane babu some no anke ye de be ye blame too much opa ye system ni ye manu ma nyina nko ye se de mo ho no mo a wunim se enojo 12 ana 10 obekọ adwuma obonwu se asori ko eso bati ye nyi problem e wa asori ko hu biem ene ye ntimi condemn babu ni nyina se babu na nya no kure na se enye papa na se eye fake na se enye fake eye leaders me to so omo no because papa ye nyine no ye de nyankopon adom ye ne ko ti asem ni bi ne ye hu se asem no abawom nyansa wom ubetimi de asem na den atoto ababo ho na de tumpo ko o wi ase awo no meme de mi mu no se ya dia se ye good leaders papa enu ne mo be am we ya to asori dem bebe mo am li pentimi entimi ko asori ne kokore mbre won ko ne ko asori no e je system no ma treat no e na ma nipa ye de etimi hu se na de say e wo se be ko sori ko adwuma e wo se so ni sa no ma no etimi sem bebrebe se enye njima enjiwa na se uhu ensencheni bia wo de agina ye kana on na be che no wo de ye din na emre bi no wo bon se e bi agina wo ni se sia no tumi bi ani na bi bia ye be put dim fu bi the same name no same name no ba wo bon se be se nya en odie anase ensencheni bi e wo sa din na e ma ye ka se enye no se din na ye de tan platform bi ye ka se enye no e tine bi ye be sa bo se din na bo hu se adie bi betuma sesa am na ye e tumi nya botre ni ye candidacy wase mumi ni candidacy wase mo se krono emeko ni nkoyie amadi petu kwan ni petu mefie edme hwe na busuafo obo wo tu kwan na yiri wo Ghana na be ma ni tab abochi mfie num no once ohun na ni kun ewo fie no sans leaders here ye ko to be omo na wo se ka masem ni tutu no ma ye na ni pe nyina ho ye ho ha ye we ye blame pastors ni eyi nyina papa ye leaders na o ni leaders ni leaders the leaders have to know me here and you say papa me do baby UK e do baby na infidencia na me nine pass ni say asoro dem da una be share no na me say asoro dem da na no say me wo fia me trust them and I say a Go TV channels no Sky TV no na me ntie any side man no man so what me che no e do baby na mo asoro me wo fia me di Go TV channels no me program TBJX ne we say Criflo dollar Criflo whatever they call na me ni program sin sadu man baby am kwa so sadra welling e ho na me be dey do to na me kwa so no welling na me kwa sorry so dey me che no etimi semu bebrebe de bia me be kasa semu e chem se etina ye kwa ye kon de sa dina susususu e dia ejin kofo semu bebrebe
awan obi an condemn edin bia na papai we can't try to yame so and he now want to be president onya credible can okra kire ye How can this man be credible?
Papa,
because of your platform, you are making propaganda and you say it's prophecy. Maza, there be me know your friend.
Akufo-Addo, so obi say Akufo-Addo are credible. Obi say Akufo-Addo are credible. Akufo-Addo be Akufo be just simply to say, all the mention Mahama amamu no enye. O say blame Atabels, say Atabels o mo na no fix chrono. Akufo-Addo kwano was credible. Every time about lipo to Obama no. Wo be any part. Eti no media be me kasa papa no. Wo kasa wo ye o say na me say this.
Yes, Akufo-Addo was because I am politician.
Ono wo any party say Akufo-Addo no obi a. Akufo-Addo
Mama say
Mama, Debbie, be some mebre. Ewiase no obi a ni die. So what me che no, wo be che na adwene. And yes, I'm supporting no. Me yes, I'm supporting no. Papa, you is here. Jajina to mama say, I go to Quano. I'm not for dinner to mama say, and you people can come the baby because say, was on 1 year. As to maybe no, and maybe in some more Kayano, and maybe some more Kayano. Among 4 says, as I'm no crying to say, if you cry to say, if you have a name, but to some of us, no, a hunya pa. Say, Papa, yes, and you people say, is it for more for yes, I'm trauma. Sir, opinion to say, yes, I'm trauma. So what channel. And me no me don't should for person. I say, Papa, me and your person, I say, me and your person, and some now. If any panel no, but say, as some the all can look to woman now. Yaku was some of the children, you have to change. Say, you're no crescent, you're no credit, yati. Say, you're no credit, say, you're no credit, or yati.
All right.
Ogo on people withdraw. Baby, my best of people work for Yari. Never can be dressed and which was when we say, oh, never was so. Yet the son was it. Only see Yan was in the Tian. Nelco, it's not no both or taking both draws house and Tianchino. And to be been to I was sitting with Sifakasa. And then be too sure I was sitting with Sifakasa.
Yo, thank you very much. Why?
Politicians from one industry, to know my year, politicians don't go for one. And what say politicians want to be blow more. Near day, as of and no one can ever would ye profit.
Now, you see, one question that possibly I'll ask you another time, so we have enough time to just deliberate upon. And they say, politics. A sect like it's a so your core school no near mass near sect. Politics is a sect in Ghana. Religion is also a sect in Ghana, right? Now, is there an intersection between religion and politics? It's answer as of we politicians are all kasi more mutu so me na kwa sorry. Dodo na kwa sorry. Ebi so konkre modem bebre ebi kura akọ say Israel ebi so akọ Mecca
MPC nko ebi ko Church of Christ MPC go Church of Christ.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Okay. And you know, another time we will talk about where there is the intersection, okay, between religion and politics and what we get from that intersection. Remember how so what I'll come back to you so we can address that issue. If not today, we will push it to another time. Why? Answer. Nesika. Bamaso.
Papa, I drink it.
Beautiful. Sebo ko there.
Papa, no ya pa.
Good. And then also boy nkomo why?
Yo papa, ba men fa nche mo de mate oja hene oja nchia mate Dr. Nka. Mate owa hene sonka. Ena mate ini hankani ya fani say. Go free de kaka.
Dr. Jingo ana.
But Dr. Jingo. mate Dr. Jim Gunka. Ena ni michia ni ye michia ni so ni papa ni michia no.
Abe ana.
Papa. Abe.
Ah, okay.
Abe so papa ni ana. Papa.
Koso.
Paul ka bi. Paul say the ni fradi. Ohun otri ni a na sefo esrade. Paul the kan.
Mhm.
And so Papa, Ghana, say Ghana as a whole, it's a Christian community in the dorsal. Now Ghana so could be a fair one say, Yankasi just to see a Christian nation, and I'm a boy. Then so Adiachi and Biano, and Sadi and Sayam, Ikutaka, Ikuta chancing, and then Nam Sabi or more moon near Christopher. So said China. China is not a Christian country. It's a Buddhist country. Only a Buddhist for any SS idea or China need those Asia and Malaysia for ya or anything about Christ. Any SS idea or more. Papa, Sophia Sami or Kai, a young man and son. It's either a Sophonu or Chantro. And I say the Christian God, no, is limited or it's a liar. I don't make us because omucho konkon ema yeyina eti ase se oyankopon ohene akoma eda nsem ene yankopon so nko na nipa akoma mu nsem enti onyankopon de na nakufuado eba besisu no na sa twedi ampo yankopon na omo na ese omo Christian God no on the boss so ni asase no nim se yanko na nakufuado obeye nyoma bi enso na ni ana no wonim because Bible no me tia say so omnipresent omnipotent your body be bread the matter nyame no wonim and if they go for me papa che e before em say papa or say sorry ya dad che baby am kan ya dad che e consider ben nkosi da beni ebeko swada da yenya besindes papa o see generation yesu a this 21st century then they the luckiest the papa information be open beer on this planet is at your fingertips. You just take your phone, you Google it, you find out information beer you want to know about Christianity, politics, anything is at your fingertips. But we are the most stupid generation. We don't use these informations. You got it. Papa, you take home in a your friend saying, President Kufo, here's why your Oxford train and I'm one.
Or Oxford
train.
Pepe.
Ena akoso mo down a call from na ho de call from any sister asofo edo mo call so mo ko bom paye anameboa
mo ko bom paye.
Does it make sense to any rational being, any rational thinking being that this one makes sense? The common sense in terms of akoso mo ho de call from we need engineers, we don't need prayers, we don't need pastors, we need engineers. It will be your Oxford train because of religion. He couldn't think far.
I don't know, man. Penny go for a cast or Monka now, or Mudon Pennacoy.
Oh, Papa, were you not? You were not the Kuma.
What's say?
Oh, man, Pennacle for.
I'm so.
Now, you this time on my Pennacle for the JJ Ron is young, or you one house sponsor software in Mum for Momoko, Saudi Arabia, and Israel Bompire. And then your map and Omedico. Yet, Oman Ghana and the sponsor of Modomoko. May anyway task a tria, the canon a bishop critic, the man, the Kamufu, Modomoko, Momacobo Pom, Saudi Arabia.
There's a
tax-based money. In a sponsor, my Christopher, the country of the Sun, it could just our war, no do Mumma Bobo for Cobom Pie.
Okay. Now, let's see, Cassette, Metwasi. One way or the other, no, you are addressing the intersection between religion and politics, me boy.
Papa, there's there's a thin line between them. Religion, and it gave birth to politics.
Sir?
Oh yes, religion gave birth to politics.
Wow. One one
just a little bit. Papa, a long topic. Can't discuss this outside the court.
Religion one yeah politics no.
And I make us a long topic.
A long topic go. Hey, see a bonko abi, a bonko mo. A bonko mo, a bonko mo. You do.
And it's to you. As I'm speaking to you, that's what the Christ of Jerusalem. I'm a mukobompire. Heading to move for a band you see take it to Momo, or Momo Saudi Arabia, Momokobompire. The vampire into Chilcro. Papa, Yanko Palm Boy, we have to perform the functions of a human being. The car has to perform the functions of a car. A pen has to perform the functions of a pen.
Okay.
Papa, you're a vampire boy and a bit of Chilcro, and if you're a human being, perform the functions of a human being. That's it.
Anasika.
Papa.
The battle is the Lord, no one to man. I said,
it's stupidness.
Hey.
It's one of the stupid statements I've ever heard. God doesn't fight for anyone.
Which battle is it?
Create your own future. God doesn't fight for anyone.
Papa Smile, which battle is it? Battle to come and amass well? Is that what it is called? Battle?
Abi, you do. Febodi ala nanasika to flow nanasika yankona yanhwe yama nanasika nsom I am ensamra
komo bia ono wan e kokko wan ono ne kokko tumi ekutani wan e bitre je no wan kokko if you woman be na papa I spend the time perform the functions of a woman being.
I see.
Oh papa, we need sincere and honest leaders to rule this nation. That is all that we need. We need sincere and honest. We don't need prayers. We don't need all those stupid. Excuse my word. We don't need all those things, Papa. We don't need them. Okay. We don't need you from body nation.
No. Some people need
Papa, makes me say words are powerful. Say be me person me full pokra yeah. Now me say a full year me be a person 6 or 7 years time. Now me person it could do say. Me ya me do say me dot Bible is a sort of prayer me make. It is words are powerful. To make us say then Bible ye juma cry in a woman life be ye juma be 5% because words are powerful. The rest
and
no,
powerful powerful pen 5% no.
Yeah, the rest, no. The rest depends on you. It's the effort that you put in. The rest depends on you. So do I not can? That's 1-to-1 more. It won't work.
Okay.
It will never work. We have to perform the functions of a human being. We should create our own future for ourselves. Nobody will do it for you. And no, that can you know. Who could have phone? No phone, no. What do you have to do? You don't go to Apple. You don't go to Samsung. You download the app. Then you tune in. The same thing applies to us. If you want to do something, the app, the biggest app ever developed is human brain.
Okay.
This human brain, you can intimate 5% in put. We are holding the keys to the door. Need the door, let you. You know, that kind and say, when something do a while, before 99.9%, and the local some gem. Because, Sabi, excuse my language, majority of us are very mean to be used that far away.
And yes, what you break, what's it? Nanesika, you're face my why? You're face my
Papa, may they master missing. Papa, you boom come poko Chigana. A poor woman, he pie your Christian council. And a peace council. Papa, I didn't hear. They be the 12 4 years be more pretty peace. More pretty peace. More pretty peace. They put it that way. Papa, me to come ha me ye madwuma papa ye be to aba bi o kwa me just say no tension ukoko to aba waba ofie obi a bompaye we ye fasting it is the right thing also Christian council nya atomfo no hypocrites they also mo ye say they should tell the leaders to say get jobs for the youth to do na oye adwuma on so ne mfa se kan ko twi etuo ni se kan se sebe o le kwa ko din kwa tasem oh the leaders papa they've chopped the future of the youth they've chopped it into pieces for them to take advantage of us in the BM Bible and in a fasting on a 40 days fasting and saying tell them can job for the youth.
Can I come in? Look.
Abi, oh, you can't carry. Nanesiga first in there, German Samra. What's it? German Samra.
Can job for the youth. A German start and then look for to create job for the youth.
Nena waya napku no.
Napku papa ni pasa na afa.
Napku.
This year we SS that's one to Asoko University. What can you do again? What else can you do?
Yo, Nanesiga.
It's not just PSHS near here, you know. Mako SS, Asoko University, near Mentian Corporate Second. What can I accomplish? What can I do for the what can I do? Is that the end of the road for me?
So bakwa kusunya juma.
Na se minister so nbe sunya juma.
Oh.
What can I do?
For the towase kra, asa ba no kra se o say 2021 obetua rent advance ama youth no ntino de relax kra.
Papa, it's another stupid initiative. Saying initiative so it's another stupid thing. Create a job for me. You don't need to pay my rent for me. Get a job. That's most important.
Una
I got a job, I'll pay my rent.
Una so na nke chia rent ama ko ni beji wa na.
Papa make a lazy man approach of life. Make it come and be a I don't expect anyone to pay my rent for me because I know I send here at the end of the rent, at the end of the month, they charge me rent 1,500. I can pay because I work, because I have a job. Just get a job, create jobs for them, and they can take care of themselves.
Okay, all right.
What is this?
Yo,
we don't think as rational human beings. Papa, it's very sad. Now, Doctor Michiao, Doctor America, Doctor Michiao, Doctor Bebia, America, yeah, and you might cost so come on. Doctor, and he costs our Ghana and he can't pay. They be a more than in Pibo, more than in Pibo, and Jesus, no buy, it didn't invent here. It didn't Jesus invent here. It's not adasa. I'm adasa. You're some faso.
So,
Obia na ni brew, ni 3 metro car. Or now in bed, yeah. I bet you have a custom. Also, want to know who died. What don't so my no papa? What does sell me panis on my meal done in Yumbo swimming corner? Who done for no new babe? I think I've had panis on my.
I've had the answer the old breaky bandits who are answer.
Ah, doctor?
Let's go. You fancy at it. You better.
And I'm telling you, I'm so much.
Yeah,
I'll watch it. It's story. Be a coach, baby. Or why? Will be a question of the actual Bible. Be also young Yatem. Can Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11 or 1? My children is away, young Yatama. Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11.
I see.
No, why? You know, would you now say young Yatem? Ghana the catcher control it's here for you as a way, young Yatem.
Okay, and let's go.
Why? No homework, no.
Yo, what's it? Also, Jeremiah say. Jeremiah say.
Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11.
Okay, verse 11. Okay, yo. What's it?
Okay.
Me more why and then walk why?
All kind of make sure so we Yamiasama.
Na and Yamiasam ye.
Papa. Yame, what boy about I think so. Papa, the no kutadia, that's all who so, that's a who to me the Mawa. That's the Mawa, my Yamia.
Was it missing Yamiasam? Can Yamiasam,
Yamiasam, and it says, Papa, Donia.
And Yamiasam.
And to me, asem.
Okay.
The door, my young yapede, Yamin passing Biamu Bia, Yamin church, any party at trans in your church will be.
That church will be.
Yan at trans in your same law.
Okay.
Yamin passing Biamu Bia.
I be Dr. Jingo, and I. The only can you be auntie, Munyadin, Febudin will be anything, and another Sicavia, never heard near Bamaso. Nessica, your fancy arty. Thank you very much. That's ever do I see.
Papa,
good one. Nessica, and also doing the Abana. Yanko, a German Sansway. German Sanson funny dear so. A German San, Bamaso.
I grant cashier.
Beautiful. Somewhere, dear.
Oh, yeah.
Good one. And your boy and come away.
With you, we are.
Jodo.
I often then argumentation or mentality, Papa. Sophia, also friend, Sophia,
I'm sick.
Often boom.
Boom.
Boom, or no, or you there, the president or a God fearing. On cross for Pelosi, Cathedral, the into. Ofida oboyi religious inclination to get something from the president. Into he tried to market the president so on the Kuno obedi Ghana man for 40 years. Into Okada marketing now he was expecting something. To say a Kwadonko or market Mahama Kwadonko ye woman of God. On the name entrepreneur skin or the ID. On Konya car, not dying. Now, Wabaka Sasem finds out Mawa. Papa Basic require Hamano, Oko in Jirmon Cokum, Uncle Gokmo Kufado. Oh, into us is out there on about in a party. Now, loan there, we need loan to survive, to develop the country. Indeed, I neither here nor there. Obey is cano or her. Into Yanko for loan, obey as a cow. Interest ye to accra for 3 years, ye 20 billion. Oh, cities. Yeniska, ye Yama Ome Scano, Yatun Tonina, Nasi Aseno. Oh, we are not getting any income. In a city, I cram to the fire chief there. Your resources so into comedy. Your resources is coming. It is the same saying as in abundance of water, the food goes thirsty. And also it is scarce of comedian. It's the same thing. What if I choose and that's the meaning. Your resources, you have to turn in armor, bro. Kakro Akazu, I call for Chinese for Chinese, you go, Ghana phone pay, Finan or for on bay. No, I say, you should cry. Water is life. If a young fresh river in number home, Musado is to me with the Abena Banchu Good Cotton Sunuma, but an epoch of one numpebly in our boy. A short our legs, and ya dee. Now, young fellow, I could some boy, you know, king. I could some boy, you are. Nothing shouldn't try. A problem facing at the Campora and the Sankara, the Uncle Jimuno. No, we will cut it off. What I should have fish through other Bassano, or dam and cinema. It is naturally, we won't get water to the offend and pump our generators, That was the main cause. Now, who created that problem? The problem was created by Kufuor and the Sasojayin, more friends. What did you remember?
So, anyway,
Lieutenant, your friend, JJ. Oh, no, Mark, we foresee our obey, sir, dam or upper water will cut it. You should know fish or bano. It's in a cinema, it's definitely in Sunum Baby. Oh, you shouldn't try the oil in our official number. Oh, there's no need to go to the Yankopon, the bonfire notary. All those who are doubting the presence of God is there, heaven or no. This is by an also Ewa. Heaven, kill yourself. Move your home, Mama, fire chief, and also. chapel or say no call. Oh, what go say hell. Every new you have to believe. While we are you should have faith in God. Say God or Jesus by. Never doubt there. Jesus, who answered all heaven.
No.
If you are in doubt, I won't have Homa, and as you say, do a prisoner. On for Homa Fire, you don't shoot to know now.
Who believe me? Why?
May they be real God or.
Okay. Heaven. Say heaven assembly. I can.
I have faith. I believe it.
You believe say heaven or?
To me, one son of who is or I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I'm not prepared to die now, but those who are in doubt, you know, the only way to believe in it now is order. Why are you? Now, why I came in, at the Saturday, the organizer, the national organizer of NDC, but can't same be. Now, making one, I'm sure that's why Ghana. We are where what we are. Or say what created the Mahama Center for NDC for Ghanaians. A Juma be a Pebia Braho, a baby, a permanent director you get, a permanent Abenya, a vacant Abenya. You don't need any certificate, you don't need any experience. One more Jumano, be a Benya Jumaye, Mahama Center. We are group here. National organizer for NDC. I'm sure this is the mentality of PNDC and NDC. Answer now, Babano. You were technocrats. Experienced people of man factories. Now several service. Even the ministers, I keep on saying, ministers are my minimum. Professors, doctors, and the why a human. We relegated them to the background. Near Kofa refraps. By the old mess up, the factories here come from 400. Now, subsequent ones over BIA 50. In Chibina are the only provinces here. BIA Banoy 50. Since I overthrow on Chroma, near managed to me. Uncle First, but to call manager in the mine. Non create employment. Young concern foreign exchange. Generate foreign exchange. Sugar factory me no as you try and commander. The more said this is a sugar from outside. The other issue I need feasibility says the factory we ran for 2 years also over 30 machine because suddenly you raw materials or now up to now Sikaya I say. Until we didn't have the right people to lead the country. So Jafuno no about boy and form. One who do which you know. They run the country down. It's not the present generation. I offend the leaders, you know. On your present leaders, you know. So Jafuno now will believe in this. Oh no, what may I watch in?
Yeah.
So call a spade a spade.
Yeah, I see.
Then I can be now. You know, what have they done? Last 3 days ago, maybe say a Chumbaribon, a Jubanebu Ghana. A medical central medical store Ghana, no, NGC food drugs now. The all kind of the Jatuno. Such a hospital on your drugs or on your ambulances or on your. My friend, stop that, please. Listen to me. Let me finish. Why are they? When we ordering and they printing from Ivory Coast? They say the export to come Ivory Coast. They be copper water.
Yo, they say man shall not live by bread alone. Thank you very much.
You should come there.
Thank you very much. We have about 35 more minutes to the top of the hour. Na me ka say a 24 radio Abrabapa radio and a 24 radio GH and wasugusu a uti no so wo hwe wo Facebook nso a 24 radio UK in fact follow us, like our page bibia kama and if you are watching on YouTube nso a 24 TV, subscribe and hit the notification button as well. bama so dwumadi ana etwa guo no dwumadi a sɛ ya de bia meka no yɛba na yɛabɛhwɛ kwan a yɛbɛtumi afa in our own small, medium, large ways, no. Yeah, more my Ghana. I find into my pefra. And then we say, stress the Germans and some more worker, and I miss it be. I be where or the Obi Abekabia. I miss it. Fine. Said them ma was tea. Maybe I win you know. So, the environment within which you grew up, no. And then actually what you think is appropriate or inappropriate, right? Socially, the environment determines or it tells you what is appropriate or inappropriate. Socially, spiritually, psychologically, physically, and financially. She said them chichiri muno. In fact, to say and then koma ye no. Nkramofo nkasa ansem a mo ka kan bi they will say this in the omo di mu what I say because that is the spiritual environment within which they grew up. Politically obi kan nsem a it is because of the environment or also politically we grew up no and man kasa ansem no tiase sa ko kasem unyanya santi ase we ya you don't worry your heart and some move back. Name no a hundred year said I am a catcher on in as much as you operate from whatever environment that you were brought up in, no. Your rules and regulations, right? You know, people on my they are prompt to say there be sala and yama on your dear bay and co ever has say. Now the tentin in it and so and say, in as much as when we were growing up, no, the environment that we grew up in, no, it was given to us by our parents, you know. So we have the liberty, our power, no. Although it demands a lot of effort and discipline to change the environment within which we operate. Fire years ago, and you say no kasa. When it comes to spiritual things, socially, and you say no kasa, Bibriade Assasa, he changed that environment. But hey, there are some people who are still comfortable in that environment they operate in. Allow them to be in there. And in due course, when they feel the need to move, they will move. And so all the chef regime, you know. Who the since you share a just what a bear ship. Or the chef freezer a bear block, or the see the good container, I feel more, a bear to fin, maybe what? We all come as water, but baby, ya dear Beshan, and no, and eventually the form that we will take. And Nanesika was a sunny environment, and he said, "Ya know, Sikasa, when it comes to spiritual stuff. Religion Hunsan seminar also was a son. He's moving away from Insusia to possibly the dead and I sense you know. Aye. And it here. In the fire on us to be our assistant from Ice Cube. You see, Waba liquid form. Yeah, in Yabutremaya. Why? In Yabutremaya. I said ye tea piano. Baby, I win you know. And then next day, the oya debe, what ye, Cecilia. You are on moi, maybe I would know. Hey, and yet, attend no, with dear attempts are, who say no, normal, and yeah, you be a way of a do attempt. Obedience, no. And ya put Tremas uncle for in a come. What's it? Yenty Abbey Cacre. Na Yemfaka crank a cran so, and then we can draw the curtain beautifully. Abbey, Yanko.
Yeah, Papa Smiley.
Oh, dear,
you are telling us because of where we knew. If somebody is fooling, your background is telling you not to know what the person is doing. Is that what you are telling me?
What's it? And the kind and the offer woman and yes, sir.
Look, hold on.
The American, is that all that you took out of it?
Papa Smiley, look, some of the things they taught us when we were growing up. If some of them come across my mind now, sometimes I laugh because it's very. You go to school and all what they teach you is Brother Musa, Brother Musa. I mean, what is the sense?
And your father have to pay school fees for that.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Brother Musa.
You see, this is why, you see, so many of us have gone to school, but sometimes we don't see the benefit of it. And this is one example. Oh, some of them, I mean, so when they say age, and when you are young, it is the time that your brain absorbs so many things. Because these things I'm talking to you about, imagine the years ago, but it's still in my mind.
So,
you understand? When people have developed their community in such a way that they train their children about realities of life, there is a game for families younger years ago, the game of life. If you see that game, I mean, anyway, I'm going to be a bit political here. Papa Smiley, I think I've sent you in fire. Can you give me an example? I'm sure you've lived in Europe for some time, or maybe Doc has lived outside and so on for some time. What is going on in America, or what could happen in the UK here or anywhere, where the people, electoral contestants, have called a foreign dignitary and report to them about their political processes? Can you give me one example? I mean, David Cameron or Corbyn and so on have gone to Ghana and say our electoral commission is messing up. Have you heard that before?
So, you see, question I will be say it has a lot of dynamics. So, because
you tell me the dynamics.
And Rofa or Frey will me so I'm gonna boy electoral commission alcohol. What do I say? Say
Papa Smiley, you see, this is where some of us, sometimes we cannot speak or we cannot say things with patience. What Mama did, profile the people sitting there. They are all small boys and girls. Profile the people there. We work with some of them and we know them. So why is it that people you are older than? Because my principle is this. It is a contest between our forefathers and so on, they won. So do we still sit down and let these people be winning us? You call children that you are older than. You are more exposed to tell them your problems. These people don't go around and if the IMF cannot dictate to UK. IMF cannot dictate to Switzerland. This was Switzerland. IMF cannot dictate to Liechtenstein. Do you understand? But in our case, small thing we go. Simply because the people who are supposed to enforce or implement our laws themselves don't respect it. They don't obey process. They don't obey procedure. They don't obey regulation. They themselves champion. So in the process, you need an outsider to substantiate, to give you credibility. Meanwhile, these people don't seek any credibility anywhere. They do their own thing. And what annoys me, when we try to say, "Oh, this is UN standard," this is, I just get annoyed. Those UN standards and so on are supposed to be our benchmarks after having developed our own thing. And we can just cite that in a footnote. But because of our inability to reason, to think for ourselves, we always want to refer to external standard. And those standards were set by human beings like us. And some of them, if you meet them face to face, they are no better. Look at what Mama did. Small boys, you call them and tell them, hey, we don't have. I was just looking at him, looking at it, and profiling the people he's telling these things to. You understand? Then this same man who has failed to abide by standards or process and so on, is saying he's disappointed in Martin Amidu, naming him. This is the man who wants law and order to work. And when the law and order has caught up with him, he's disappointed. So I should go so that the law will catch me. Then he will be jubilating. You see our problems. And even Martin Amidu Kura has let Mahama off. Because if this thing happens in even Brazil, this man should be going to jail. But look at what's happening. And we'll have people, due to political expediency or something, will still be supporting this man. Look, when we insult these people, we do that because we didn't force them to go and take political positions. They are volunteered to go and do political positions. And they should know that whatever decision they take will affect me, will have deadly consequence or deadly implications on people. So that is why we have to talk, because we expect them as leaders to think through whatever policy or things they want to impose on us. If they are selling tomato or okra at Makola, it's not a problem. But when you want to represent all of us and decide for us, come on, when you take stupid decision, we should tell you.
All right.
He's not happy that he has been named, but he wants me to be named so that he will implement the laws.
All right, Abby, thank you very much. Mati, na yanko fire tram you na o de obedum jana obviously. Yema
Oh,
champo. Kana je.
Yepi.
Aha. O de kitu ebe so ana e kwa no.
Yewie.
Yeah, point no.
Baba, on follow you know, manintie, on follow.
Ene tell no na ma obosom fomra. Why?
Manintie kakra.
Oh, ade.
What's it mean?
I was open.
Yeah, point to the fakakra bi so so ne yanko. Why?
Opa ne de, what and de na kete bi ba o me je na o butu je na ma me. They can say, the politicians, no, we will figure one. And I'm say, you judge our one more. Will be able to my I become a sour. Now, often what may carry be a far. If a pack of Japan will say, one should know already. Want to see the campaign message. Politicians, no, omo message a omo ko platform so mo yede omo kasachi ni mo bi no na edu then for the nyase be ku ani omo say politicians no omo dia adwini edi agro omo dia adwini di agro pa awo say politicians omo dia adwini di agro wo hwe oman Ghana ene ekono boy yi joins kan I say mo na mo wo kwayim say share amount to yana intima ekrono emuntimi enye lit we say no so no irakobo osofu say osofu no mo ekumu enye lit politicians na dwuma omaye na echomo kabosume no omo de obadwuma what me share omo de obadwuma krombe lit say de ekrono so benya nipa ewo mu no benya anigye say ekro susu ni papa akra me kan no mejam
Yo, Owane Champo. Thank you, Sean. Ati, thank you, Sean. Now, the topic, no, and our question now, the intersection between religion and politics, no. Who knows so far, ne fabra. Why? the intersection between the political set and the religious set no koye who knows na bra we boy nkomo why ere obosomfo bama so
adwen kɛseɛ papa smiley wote me nka wote me ne
yɛtonka sɛ bibia ɛbɔkɔ deɛ
ɔbɔ adeɛ adaro ma nananom abosom so di akote ne nti bɔne biara ni yakɔ mu wa
sweet wa
sɛ wo so wo mpo mu yɛ wo ho yɛ
me ho den ate
kusuafoɔ
mogya ne nsuo tim mu afuru sane
yɛfoɔ mu bama so nyinaa megye sɛ obi biara ho
yo ɛne yɛ ne asɔre so ane nti ne kakra
na wo bisa asɛm bi sɛ political ne som ɛdɛn
intercession bɛ ne wo
ntutanso a ɛdɛn ne wo intercession ne den
na wokɔ school anyɛ mas da wo ayi mansa musa nkwa na akɔka ɛwɔ
okay na sɛ ɔmodi kegyinamu anaasɛ ne yɛka sɛ intersection no interchange ba interchange ne
wanyɛ set ɛwɔ masim
mekae bibi na ayɛ kura de ma set na wayɛ arc bi ne bibi saa ɛsɛ intersection anaasɛ bibi saa ɛsɛ
na saa intersection a ne yɛ na wodwen sɛ ɛfadeɛ bɛɛ ho
yɛhwɛ yɛdraw lines sɛ ebi ne ebi bɛhyia anaasɛ ebi ne ebi nhyia yɛsi fa ma set no fa dadoa no sɛneɛ kapaneɛ no ɛtim baabi na fa pencil no ɛtwa circle
emra na yɛkɔ school na yɛkyerɛ intersection no
papa menkae ne nyinaa sɛ na mesua kɛkɛ papa mesua kɛkɛ na menkaseɛ ne nyinaa ne deɛ wobisa me sɛ neɛ na intersection no na sɛ na measeɛ fa anaasɛ ɔdeɛ bisa wasɛm na
sɛ yɛnyini no so anyway I don't know sɛ yɛnyini no saa mass na yɛ intersection no so who apply anywhere in your dealings da
dabi na sɛ ɛno na mesua no na mente aseɛ na menimia na menimia na mesua sɛ aborɔ a modiɛ no kasa a mente na wode kyerɛ ma adeɛ mɛsi dɛ hu adeɛ a wopɛsua aborɔ a modiɛ no papa mante hwe ase nti sɛ asotwe a ɔmɔde yɛ fam ɛyɛ sɛ ɔmɔde aso de yɛ mma no mu fam ɛtwe yɛ mma no aso kasa nipa nte wo sɛ wɔnsua deɛ wɔ saa kasa yɛ kasa education na yɛde hɔ a sɛ yɛwɔ ministry of education a ɔmo ntimi ndwe how sa wode kasa abɔfra nte aseɛ kasa a wɔnte wode kyerɛ nipa deɛ sɛ finish ha se na yɛde finish yɛakɔ finish school na sɛ mebaa Finland ha sɛ ɔsɛ mesua finish language no ansa na makɔ akɔsua deɛ in Finnish language teacher ne bɛgyina hɔ a ɔka Finnish ɔnka Borɔfo ɔnka English anaasɛ ɔnka Swedish anaa Russian ɔka Finnish nti ɔmote aseɛ kasa no a yɛde kyerɛ no adeɛ teacher no wama na anhwɛ book nkora na ɔka kyerɛ sɛ sɛ ɔte aseɛ
na wo ba to organize na passport ne de ade
see your form amutie education na Ghana no we need critical thinkers to bring a transformation amfa sakraya ebetimi aboa ma yehu nyema yesia as bisi samre obi ntimi nda andwen se da bi yenhwe kasa go o kire obi ade o kire na ade o pese o de nyansa bi etu ne tim akasa na o de sa on te kasa na nye ne kasa one or born home body so beti kasa no na kasa obi nti o de kire na ade ma ne yeye papa bia ne se bia wa fail o English language ma so yenko hwe I say wa pass physics and science commerce so commerce no needs we no so no science no we no English no na ye de kire wo As English language na mun ko afile. See, somehow automatic be almost no mun tu na mo nsisi ade no. Anti papa intercession na mission ni dey metias fa ni metias mantias ni na.
Obosonfo, seriously, let me say intercession, ya ka say intercession I want to say.
The mabenyi na metias ye.
Aha. Oh, okay. Any funny question I know na
fire no. And to see nkonye assignment wo ho.
Assignment any also quite assignment ni bi na emre no so a na ya bon komo wo ho. Why?
Na ben de ba beto ba maso na.
Oh,
assignment ikra o ma mi bi o.
People can say adentina yetimi ahwehwe mu ya o chan kra betimi di aba. Why?
Okay. Okay, assignment now di kama mi emre bi twa mu say reincarnation no say okra sa ba wi ase.
Ochan no so de ba na.
Adentina disi ampenifo no mo manim no. Se de no mo bo mahama mo bonechi na adentina sa me de wina ayedin a o mo nkasa. Sa assignment no so.
And also what try to all
TV e de beto ba maso. Ah, ma try to.
All right.
Sa fiabo. E bra fikra. So say me kai.
Why are there so akai? Why are there?
Na se me na eda ba maso de ana yinimre.
Yemre de. Yemre.
Ni talk.
Baby e duro no. Na we dey musa we ni enko. Ya ka say battle is the Lord na wo ti ase say. Obso free film na kakaka about 3 minutes.
Maybe okay. Battle is the Lord. Say anani ye astom wo mu even say Christo for GD4 no. I say Lord ni onyame na Jesus. Lord. Because at time I'm bribri any so at time I say Jesus is Lord. So I say okay, it's me share when I'm say term referring to the Judeo-Christian God. Okay, a title peer of the realm. Okay, used to express surprise. Okay, right. Until the noun is a term referring to the Judeo-Christian God. Okay, there's a also ma qualify God no. Judeo-Christian. Until until be na ni oka said the battle is the Lord no, or a Judeo-Christian. Until no ni akono ebi ana akono no ogidie bi wo sa Judeo-Christian God ni mu say akono ye ne de ba e bibia ya na Christopher no do na no ka cause bi office ebia okwa kansie bi ana opese o to na mo bi bo hwa eden ba on pese obebu na be mu na say obeka say ontimi into sana mono nti ogya nyina e de hye nyame nsa e je say na mo oba betu akwantu oba betu ni oba beye no ono na adwene ne nti ase na ebro na honde nso na so ma na be mumbu na ogya ma nyame ode ne re etu nyame so na ase ode ne etu nyame so say nyame beko ne kwama no nti sana memeti ase e fa no papa
okay
bia
all right then yo yate yate on so nti ase no why atom fiase no na ebrani ntino e ma de sia na ya ma fire doom ja no to make way for the next program. Why? Thank you. Fire doom ja ne why? And the fire. Oh, fire.
Papa.
Yanko doom ja no. Doom ja no.
Minum no.
Doom.
Baba Snare.
Who dey ni etie?
Mr. Minimisa, Yasa Obo officer, but me, you're sure so when you're 40 years. No offer Chumberma, Abaha. I all cast him your summer farm, me boy.
Aye.
It is a Obi to some of our Chumberma. Anna, a Germansa. Anna, Panimbia over the years when you're 60. Or call hospital. Now, doctor, no one, what the 2 years, sir. Answer or treatment. I don't say, Doctor Nusa. Sir,
there is that.
Now there are 7 half year. Meaning I'll be actually. Say you ambassadors to 20. I have a president to myself. You know accounting, you don't know governance. This guy have been in government. Or himself Supreme Court no this assembly for her. You never talk about a substance or say never in our history from God is back to today. register is not completed, people are allowed to file nomination. This is a critical thing that you need to talk about as someone that loves our country. Forget about whether they are ambassadors or they are young or old. It doesn't matter. They deserve. That's why they're holding that position. You don't need to be Methuselah to be a representative of the UN or Ghana. Ghana for you, what are you talking about? You are young. So what? We don't need a new register. The guy have given a new register. We now provisional register now man nomination. How? And what is going into the election? 6 years ago or 7 Americans said we don't own our own election. Papa Makana Menkayan, the audio is there. Last 2 years, again, foreign minister, so he understands what he's doing. And some of us who follow governance and international politics will know that is the right place of call. Because why are you going again? Those who gave the money and our community are letting about or one of the pressure number 2 abandoned. You think he's a fool? I don't go down check. Papa Smiley, talk to me. Anka go for a year financial idea. Anka scarce some in here. I just bad you. So what you want them? What is that about? Can want them? More of a can want them. President and Akufo-Addo say, "Young I just bad you now." Martin Emedu. Only who kwan yo. Only who kwan account to court. So can financial issue say. Omashada because they implicate Mahama. No equalization. What say? After the Emfango Parliament. What's that? I don't know. Go to John as one say. Sir Martin Emedu and a state institution be any prosecution Mbappe or Doko Court. You think everybody is like you. Nana Akufo-Addo. President meeting the press was say, and yes, I must court. If who are you be a farmer institutions, you know, if they come out of it, I'll go to court and prosecute that person. Yeah, over here say, Yamatuna Mendo Akano, 1 into. In the one in Tiano. Prince Bombardier Friday or Bakai or something. When new coin so be anything financial and was share that education command. Into this year, citizens be this Abbey and I mean, yet the Martin Emedu fund is equal quarter back in it. I plan B no mafano. Oh, trick no. Because already the court have determined say only power no. And one share that the other man. Once the last 2 weeks, Baka ABJ Assem. Again, Assem. Only a shag the abano. Shag say a scare on account you know was an institution as an individual. Or your account, or we say account. Abi or accountant was one takes a news week. Or card yes will be over the was see we 1 tea. Shag say a scare call PDA see your account you know was saying company. Not say oh, my name is your company. Or say okay, that will be a company. Shark for here company now will be an ice water or motor ice water 2019. 2019. A scan so account to 2017 when you were appointed as CEO. On the scene and I do a shada and our nation we are gonna for. On the report down. We put a year creative. Says another government one call you about figures about. I want an independent person. Abi Achi Nimusu Bombarded Baba. Next time figures no. This or say Obia Peso be we are by now. Opeso Bokronwa, and yana ben so this figures was there or see yan to after election. Is this man honest? Most corrupt president ever. Any such person, you don't have anger and emotions. But another one, and idiot. Because those who support him, because I haven't got any other evidence. I talk based on evidence. Oh, indeed, Papa, Yahusem, Emma Ghana, Yahusem, Papa Mensa Banokofa, and disappear 20, 40 years ago, and not some Nayeka. Look at the figures on the board Martinelli to say, no due diligence. They have buy this, and there's no way Ghana should ever even think of going to open accounts in Onumpono, Waka, Yate. But on one people before, I should have court. We need legal power into financial agent. In this year, Mekacho be obedient tricking. Say, oh, brochure, and I will Ghana was cut. Based on these findings, what the Japan in the court to court for back. When you are finding someone, Martin, only power, oh, tricking, or share that. Well, indeed, personally, let's be objective if we want to, and let's leave our personality. So, be the way I want to settle. When it comes to governance, let's talk about political issues at stake. This woman and the EC are not correct. I know that between the mayhem and a peace council for and let's go and tell me national peace council for only tension ever continuing because when this woman is doing cruel, so obey new rest and I almost stop them. No, this register have now brought in the president, a certain president. So why amend it? What's our thing was a woman a boka.
Fire. Why? Na yemfa and I say kese Emma Obibia who's been part of today's show.
Now what's here? Never knocking on the door, still we heading to the top. We're still
and
amazing in the south. So
we're still in the countdown sessions.
On and off.
3 more days.
And yeah,
quite trouble. So what I say?
Yes, you be fast 40 days.
What I say?
Go to damage you pay.
And some will cost so man here and there.
See, the more you talk about me, I say the more than God bless me. So
hey, I can be. Maybe I did see any idea, you know.
Forget the enemy. Mokami many. Me go to Jimmy. Me kosra yamo he. Me champagne go to a mokasa between me.
Sam ready, yes, sorry, so.
You're the class.
Making way for hour of awakening and empowerment. I'm in your way from Ethereum Mission International, the Center for Spiritual Empowerment.
No be God, then die cruisy. Charlie, I hot grandson, ye freezy. Hey, freezy. Oh, sure, then you sit up.
Also, I can't wait
for the hero
for the discussion between the discussion on the intersection that exists between politics and religion. Also want to meet train, crowd to meet train. Very important to buy. You see, Jitum, the secondary identities that we hold, and they overlap. A footballer as well. Obu a hornman or a midfielder.
I'm the queen of Ghana music. If it is yours, come and take it.
And so when we send you, baby, no, but defensive. And your friend overlapping. And your defender been so or what? Corner by I know Jina Ho Koshigo was in striker. You ever can have some permits. And as I said earlier on, every now and then, and so your evaluation as to you, the way you do your things. Who said, container bay when you do good, yeah. Environment banner, you don't call, yeah. It plays a major role in the way you do your things. And to Hen and Kuya, change your environment. What is me dinner one more time? Hey, Papa Smiley. When I'm did you media on chairman? Yeah, we had much now. Questions and answers version of Amaso. Until then, choose.
See, the more you talk about me, I say the more than God bless me. So moko beo, moko
are Radio, and this is Aquento 4 Radio.